I just want a tripod so I can put it
touch your mics down.
TV.
What I learned with that is if you look at like even like big time streamers, like ones that like they stream a ton, like let's say like Nick Merckx. That dude, half the time you can only see like the top fucking part of his face as he's leaning down, and his video is not down far enough. So he's playing like this, and you see
right here.
This also don't need to see.
It's like he has a mask on while he's gaming.
Whoa, loud!
Hey fam.
Hey,
It's Miller time. That's a Miller time. Speaking of which, I didn't know that truck was a gasser.
Yeah, that's.
I get the dually outside.
It's a gas truck.
That's one that Evan got.
Oh, okay.
3500 dually.
Yeah.
With a gas engine.
What?
So I get into it as a gas engine. I'm like, what the fuck is it? It's all brrr. I was like, this sounds really weird. I was like, yeah. So I was like, oh, it's not a diesel. Makes sense, I guess.
Wow.
Because it's only going to be a farm truck anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But
no, but that's convenient out in the cold and all that.
yeah, I was just mildly surprised when I got into it. I was like,
I would have been very surprised.
This big ass, fucking new truck. Gasser.
Yeah, big fucking 1-ton dually.
Alright, so you said yellow's on
Long
the way to
bed
go?
crew
Yellow
cab, yeah.
is a milk stout.
Okay, let's try green.
Green is also milk stout. They're all milk stout.
It's this tray. Doesn't matter what color it is.
Oh, damn. Oh.
No way.
Yeah, way.
Try it. You didn't even drink it.
Yes.
Oh,
Really?
shit.
It's that tray. That tray. Well, yeah. Ugh.
God, I have 2 milk stouts.
Never really liked milk stouts that much.
Me either. But I can drink them, is the problem.
I'm gonna be this one has nothing on it, so.
Good
I'm
luck.
not going to be able to drink a lot of these.
I'm not a big milk stuff out either, so this is definitely not so good.
Well, it was free, so I don't feel bad for not drinking it.
Yeah.
It's a cuz over there. Sipping on my mic.
Yeah, it is a little echoey in here. I have plans for decorations that include sound and detonating.
I have part of, well, I guess, no, they're all back up on the wall. Never mind.
Also, what's up, Peyton?
I had 3, they were from when I worked down in Loveland. They were pictures that the owner took in Hawaii, but he got them made on the 3x4 pictures, but they were sound deadening for the lobby, so super echoey. You just recanvas them, but they're back up now. So never mind. Shoulder popped.
It's kind of like you're just throwing my hands. I can't throw my hands in the sky.
Look at his hair.
Hand simulators got me all fucked up.
Yeah, that game is fucking dumb.
It's hilarious.
It's fucking dumb. It's like it's supposed to be like a VR game that you can play with mouse and keyboard, and it's bad.
It's just 2 hands, and all the keys just control the fingers and turning your hands. So the first one was it was a shooting range.
Okay.
Just simply loading a mag into a pistol and trying to shoot. Couldn't even get the mag in the pistol. But I did milk a cow.
But then he pulled it too far.
I pissed the cow off and he kicked the bucket away.
Yeah.
Or she.
It'd be a she.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's a choice on that one.
That was like me and last week in Agent Orange.
Yeah.
I want Agent Orange in my shower.
No, you don't. You do not want these things in your shower. Please no.
Oh man.
I don't know which beer that is, but it's not bad.
I don't like the milk stout.
I've never really been a milk stout fan. Maybe it's because, I've been lactose intolerant my entire goddamn life. I didn't know until...
I like certain stouts, but I'm just not, they're heavy. Very heavy. And I like drinking beer.
You're like a dessert.
Yeah.
They're straight up a dessert.
It's like there was that chocolate beer from Fort Collins Brewery before they got bought out. I don't remember what it was called. But it was super good, if you got in a float. scenario.
Yum.
Dark beers are really good for floats.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Like
good.
New Belgium's got that 1554, that chocolate coffee stout. That one's good.
No, I've never liked 1554 to be honest.
Really, I like that one.
No.
No.
Hard
I
no.
guess the other one, no, I was thinking of the vanilla porter from Breck.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh. We could be Letterkenny for Halloween.
show that like was always just pumped up too much for me that I cannot watch.
Really?
You can't even watch it?
No,
You even
like-
tried it.
I have tried it.
It's
I think part of the problem is like Charlie pumped it up so fucking much that like I just
That's-
didn't want to anymore.
Oh, because you were like, it's going to burst the bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some funny parts of it, and like the bigger dude, he's a stand-up comedian, and his stand-up's pretty good.
They're all stand-up comedians.
Yeah. I haven't seen anybody
And then
else's stuff.
I'm sure then you know that the main character wrote the whole thing too.
Yeah.
I just think.
So there's definitely like funny parts.
It
I think
reminds me of just the hookah bar, to be honest.
that's
with
fair.
you.
I think part of the problem of why it's like too much is like it's the same kind of jokes over and over and over.
Yeah,
And I
with a
struggle with
Canadian
that.
accent.
Yeah, so there's more of that.
It's great.
It's just too much. And that's the thing too, is like I struggle with like TV shows that have like the same comedy over and over and
Fair.
over. And I know other people love it. People generally love that. It's like that's why you watch the same people over and over again. But it's one of those things where it's like that's why I like a variety of people.
Yeah.
I like a variety of things. And it's like I just can't watch the same thing over and over again. It just doesn't work for
I
me.
love all the chirping and all the cold opens and all that shit's so fucking funny.
Yeah, there's a lot. Again, there's a bunch of funny lines and stupid ass shit that's super great. Will not debate that, but it's just a constant. It's like I can't watch like shows like The Office or like
Oh, yeah.
Community and Parks and Rec and all
Some of that
those.
stuff gets mundane, for sure.
Yeah, it's just because it's the same style of comedy. Like this, and like the highlights though, I love watching highlights for whatever goddamn reason.
Yeah.
And I can watch all the highlights just constantly, not a problem.
Because like I never watched Parks and Rec, but I watched all of Chris Pratt's highlight reels of that show.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could ever. I only think it's funny because of him. Like the other people in there are kind of funny too. But
There's quite a few funny people on that show.
that one chick too that's in there that Seth likes.
Albert Plaza.
Yeah.
Albert Plaza's hilarious as far as
She's funny as shit.
Nick Offerman's great too. His stand-up is super good.
Nick Offerman's funny. There was like 5 or 6 good people in that show.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing. Like the Community's the same way for me. Freaks and Geeks and all that. They're all good shows in their own right. It's just for me, I just can't watch the same style of comedy. It's like watching like, The Big Bang Theory,
Over and over.
or what's the one that fucking Charles likes?
Then you have a problem with me, and I suggest you let that
It's fine, Jack. I don't care.
Jack wants to fight.
Good.
He's gonna roll up his flannel.
I already told his wife that she could stab me, so it's just you're welcome to as well. Jack loves Letterkenny like crazy.
Well then, cheers, Jack.
Yeah, and again, it's not that it's a bad show or anything like that. It's just that I just cannot watch the same style comedy for like. Part of the thing too is like everyone likes to binge watch that shit. So like when it was shown to me, it
Yeah.
was shoveled in my face.
Oh, sure. You can
Charles.
digest it.
So it's like constant, and then he like for one, Charles fell asleep during the middle of it. So I was like, "What? What are you doing?" Like,
Damn,
but yeah, it's like that. It's also like that binge watch scenario. I can't really do it either.
I get it. Okay, so how do you feel about Peaky Blinders then?
Good show,
Love that show.
really good show.
Love that show.
Never
Yeah.
seen it.
What?
Yeah, that's a pretty solid.
It's good. It's like It's like what? First World War. After the First World War.
Yeah,
Irish
I'd say
gangsters.
20s, 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right before
Like-
the second one started.
War veteran thugs.
It's a pretty crazy show.
I love that show.
yeah,
it is-
it's pretty solid.
Yeah, I will rewatch that one over and over. Godless. Have you seen Godless?
No.
It's it's a story based on LaBelle, Colorado, and it's really cool. It's like 7 episodes, an hour long. This rebel from the Outlaws ends up being a good guy in the end. A town full of women, all kinds of crazy like Western stuff. the town whore like owns everything, but nobody knows that she owns everything. Like it's
Which is
pretty
actually
cool.
funny. There's actually like a big thing for like Wild West, anyways. Like
Yep.
it's actually like a pretty normal thing that
You
they
don't
own all
fuck
this
with the
shit.
town whore.
Yeah, because you die. Like,
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
She
It's
runs
See,
the
I
town.
like Deadwood
Yes.
back in the day. Like
Yeah.
when that show was like big. Like that was one of the few shows that I liked that were big. I typically don't like big shows. Like Game of Thrones. Like didn't.
yeah.
I was like, nah. There's no story here. Much like the books.
I liked it. I thought that I never read fucking books about any of the show. I just watch the shows. The only thing I didn't like about Game of Thrones was the fucking ending.
I didn't see it.
It was bullshit.
Well, they
Did
didn't
not
want
see
to
it.
end. They didn't want to end it. They didn't want to go into the 8th season or whatever. Anyways,
That's fine, but don't just end it like shit.
I think that was
So just for effect, I just gotta have this on camera. Like
Oh,
you're
this-
not even in the frame. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm so happy to see you.
Too.
Oh my gosh, it's a great coat on you.
Thank you.
Oh man, there's beers over there.
There's a lot. There's also
Right after
two
you
milk
sit down,
stouts right
sorry.
there that aren't getting
from
drunk.
Match Labs.
Three books are carried down.
Again, I can't do that anyways.
That could have been better.
Can't do what now?
Much better.
Yeah, much better.
We're talking
What?
about Game of Thrones.
You can drink whatever. We also have Bud Light Platinum and Mike's Hard.
Speaking of beer, what was the one that tasted like canned green beans?
Oh, I don't remember which one that one was, but that was a really weird beer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, just somewhere close to your face.
Closer.
But yeah, I don't remember which beer that was, but it did
I
taste
thought
like.
it was like a Guinness offshoot or something.
I mean, the only one that I can think of like is like the fucking like the blonde, but
Yeah,
that
so it
wasn't.
wasn't
No, it wasn't good though.
Sounds
No,
wrong.
except for that one kid that loved it because it tasted like canned green beans.
I don't even. I remember the canned green beans part. I don't even remember the story around that beer.
It was just something new at the time.
Also, anyone likes canned green beans, like the flavor of it.
Hey, watch it, man. Oh man.
Like fresh green beans, I'm totally down for, but not that. So Paul, I haven't seen you since like fucking March or something.
Yeah.
It's been a little
Since he tried
while.
to kill you, maybe.
No, it's-
Wait a
he's been
minute.
there since then.
Trying
Yeah.
to kill Dick over here?
Not intentionally.
It just happened.
No, this isn't the first time it's happened either, but
Yeah, we did a.
That was when we did that Death Nut
Yeah,
challenge. Oh, did we not tell you about that?
No.
yeah, it wasn't good. So my sister likes to send Christmas presents of like spice challenge stuff,
Oh, okay.
which I'm like the only one in my family that would ever do. So she sent the Death Nut, which is like 5 levels of peanuts getting progressively spicier.
Ooh.
And so we split it, and at level 4, they kind of
yeah, I
Quite a
had
reaction.
like a fucking allergic reaction to something in it, and
It's
like
all swelled
yeah, I'll have to
up
show you
and
the video. Like, 'cause-
keep it tight.
We did it on the podcast.
yeah.
It's on the internet.
Yeah, it was. My face is all swollen and like all like it was gnarly.
Him taking his shirt off and laying on the
I'm
concrete
shirtless
to
on the
cool down.
concrete.
It's on there.
Oh,
That was him. That wasn't me.
Yeah, that was the final nut, and the one I
The
got
final
was like
nut.
fucking huge.
It was rough.
Yeah, they were gnarly for sure. And like
Oh my
the
God.
first 3 were like not bad. Like they tasted pretty
The
good.
first one I would eat as a snack.
Yeah, it was pretty
The
good.
first one was delicious. The second 2 weren't bad, but they got a little hotter. And the
Yeah.
last 2 were
Yeah, it was just overkill
pretty.
for sure.
I mean, you wouldn't know, but
That is
Yeah,
so-
I don't know the last one, but
the
okay.
last one fucking.
I still have another one of those.
We'll have to do it again sometime. We'll have to revisit it. And you're just gonna go nut 1, nut 5. Because something between 2, 3, and 4 fucking.
Well, my
nuts.
problem is it's probably the same shits on 5 also.
Well, you'll be
Part of
fine.
Yeah,
Same thing will happen.
I didn't die, so it was good. But yeah, I was like
packets.
I was like talking all like
It's
yeah, it
all
was,
swollen.
Oh my god.
yeah. We'll show you. the video.
Anaphylaxis sucks. absolutely sucks. My first day as a preschool teacher, I was pushing a couple twins on the swing, and I pushed them, and my arm got a bee, and it stung my arm, and then I had to stop swinging, and then run inside, go stab myself with an EpiPen. Ambulance came, like, giant thing. First day on the job. Those poor twins, they were always like, Miss Seda, can I see? They had speech impediments, so they called me Seda.
That's,
but they were like,
that's not far off.
That's not far off. But they were like, they were totally like traumatized, but in a weird good way. Like being able to like look at my arm, and they always talked about it, and they were like making sure I was okay, and they wrote me cards and all kinds of stuff. But like, man, like that, like I know that oh man.
Yeah.
Oh
So
shit.
do you know how the Scoville unit works as far as like heat ratings for spicy things?
No.
So
No, I'm not a spicy person.
So Tabasco sits
no.
at what, like 1,800?
I think Tabasco's like 900 or
900,
1,000.
super low, not spicy. Pure capsaicin is about 13 million. That's what was on that last nut.
Yeah, so, and we quickly realized that we were in a house with somebody who's lactose intolerant, so there was only one thing of milk, and it was how expired when you tried
Oh,
this?
2 weeks old when I took a drink.
When I took a drink, it was exactly 2 weeks old.
It tastes right, and it was 2 weeks old, and it just made it worse.
Yeah.
It's when you don't look
It's
at the
because,
date.
you know,
You're like,
it's,
oh,
the
shit.
person I live with doesn't, replace any of that
She
shit.
doesn't
so-
do anything, and you don't drink it, so it's just sitting in there.
That
Oh,
is
man.
a picture of the death nut challenge.
Oh man.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shit was wrong.
I've heard about that Carolina Reaper.
Yeah, it's
Pepper.
not pleasant.
What?
Carolina Reaper's not
Gosh,
bad
even number
compared to
one
that
has it. Like, no.
Yeah, the capsaicin powder, though, that's another
Those
level.
capsaicin crystals, or
Yeah, crystals.
oh man.
Yeah, it's too much, honestly. Because I like the maximum that I really like is about like the 150,000, 200,000 like range.
Wow.
So like just shy of like a
thank you.
full on habanero. Like when it comes to hot sauce.
Outside of that, I do like Mad Dog because it tastes really good, but it is pretty fucking hot.
Well, regular Mad Dog 357 is actually pretty solid of a one. That 1 million one that we have is a little bit.
It tastes great, but even the regular Mad Dog's like at 350 or something like
It's
that.
357,000. It's like the 357.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But like this one. I mean, I don't know how. The last time you were here is when I gave you this, and like this is probably my favorite. And I think it's like they rate it like really high, but I don't think it's quite as high as they rate it. It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot, but it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, but
And
the
Secret
flavor
Aardvark,
is.
of course, is fucking delicious.
What?
And Secret Aardvark is fucking delicious.
Yeah, this one's super good. It's also not super hot in my opinion.
I want to try the
Uh,
last dabber duck still.
the last dab is pretty spicy. I know the flavor's not great. This shit right here is stupid hot. It's the small batch horse tooth. Yeah, it's got like fucking Naga Jokolo sauce. This shit is so fucking hot. It's really good. Like it tastes really good, but it's like you're like fuck. Like you put like a couple of drops on like your eggs, and you're like, that's enough. That's all I need. But it's really really good. Definitely would recommend it at least once in your lifetime. If you don't like spicy, I don't know.
No. I appreciate it, but I'd still give you. That'd be a hard no. Hard no. Yeah. I couldn't.
Yeah,
I can't. Okay, what is it? I get the honey barbecue at Buffalo Wild Wings.
And that's too much?
No, it's not too much.
Okay. I was
There's
like,
a little bit of spice. There's a
yo.
little bit of spice. Like there's a little bit of like a ooh, but it's like tolerable. I like I'll do Cajun spice all day.
Okay.
But I won't do. But anything that's like numbs everything and you
No.
can't taste everything else.
The white people spice.
Yeah. I'll take that shit. Yes. I like to eat my food.
Well, and I like good flavors too, and that's what hot sauce should really be about, is good flavors. Like nothing I have up there is gonna be like gross or like bullshit.
Sure.
Like again, like that one's super duper hot, but it's really really good. So it's like I like I worked at a fucking Thai restaurant for fucking 2 years, almost 3 years, and like some of the shit they would fucking make where I'm like, this is stupid. Why? Mainly because of Teddy Pong, but.
Well, and G fucking with us.
Well, G's never made it as hot as Titty Pong did, but Titty Pong also broke Eric, so there's that. Yeah, that's all Eric. That's all Eric eats is spicy food.
Oh my
Like-
gosh! And Eric was like, I can't do this.
No, Eric has too much pride for that. He definitely.
Did he still shovel it all down
Oh, yeah.
on the plate? Oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
just suffered.
And like I remember like one time we went over there, because Eric the food there was really good at Thai Pepper. It's not anymore. The current owners are not great.
That sucks.
Like they're nice people, but they're not like their food's not great. Eric likes it like way spicy, get it Thai hot, as hot as you can kind of scenario. Like everywhere we go, and he's usually okay with it. One time, Teddy Punk, we went over there for his birthday, and like I wasn't working or anything. We just went in there, and Teddy Punk was cooking, and I like smelt this shit come out like in front of me, and I was like, no. And like I'll try pretty much everything, but like this one's like I was like this one's gonna fuck up. Eric took one bite, was like. Yeah, and when Eric goes, uh-oh, you're like, oh no. Because I've seen Eric, like, he'll straight up, like, he's bitten into, like, ghost peppers and shit, like. So when you...
Have you been to Jim's Wings?
No.
No?
You've never been to Jim's Wings?
Ram
Do you want to move that
Yeah.
closer?
So,
I can also make another one, too. Got two.
yeah, cool down.
What?
I said, yeah, cool down.
Cold.
Nah.
So Johnny and I took Eric over there for the first time because somehow he had
Years.
never. This is a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
And we get up to the register and their hottest sauce is ram hot.
Okay.
And basically told the person behind the counter, we're like, we don't know if anything you have is going to be hot enough for this guy. And they're like, oh, you want a sauce sample? I'm like, sure. So they bring Eric one of those ketchup cups completely full with ram hot with a whole habanero sitting in it. And he shoots it. And everyone behind the counter just starts kind of chuckling. They're like, oh god, this could be terrible. Eric chews the habanero, swishes it around like mouthwash, swallows it, and he goes, that's not bad, I'll take a couple dozen of those. And the people behind the counter just,
Oh my gosh.
Those ones are hot as fuck.
yeah.
Well, and that was, like, way before, like, the hot ones, like, all that stuff online had, like, gotten popular.
Yeah, this was,
2007, 2008,
If that,
something
yeah.
like that. Yeah, so like this is a long time before like
Yeah.
spicy shit really came into its own.
Right.
And yeah, he just always liked it like super spicy.
Wow. You know me. Nope. Nope.
wait, so if you're allergic to bees, were you there the day at the NARG that I got stung 17 times?
Oh my god, I don't know.
Ha ha ha, I remember that.
Yeah, fuck you.
Well, that one was not even from that. That was because that was too soon. He didn't get to
When was this?
It's about a 35-second delay before he'll see it on YouTube. 35 to 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, when did you get stung?
Still kind of good timing though.
I know.
I don't remember what year that was.
Do you remember?
2009 or 10.
Yeah, so
Okay, so it must have been the summer just before I got there.
it could have been. It
Yeah.
we
Because
showed up.
I
and-
would have wigged.
Well, because, yeah, it was not good. We showed up and there were just bees just everywhere across the front. So we all went inside and eventually that shitty, like, dead tree that was out front,
Right.
they all formed this giant ball of bee on one of the branches really high up. So Kantai called a beekeeper who showed up to take care of it. I forgot Rendell threw a rock at it
Oh yeah.
and got stung. Yeah, anyway.
Sounds
Well
about
then,
right.
well then that was the summer I was there then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of Contai and yeah, that was 2010. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
But, yeah, so this, like, 80-year-old beekeeper shows up.
Oh god.
And the tree's dead. He can't lean a ladder against it. So he sets up this A-frame ladder and leans another ladder to get all the way up there.
Oh god.
So we're like, this guy's gonna die.
Oh gosh.
So
yeah.
me and Neil and Sharby are holding the ladders for him. And he
Oh,
goes up
gosh.
there with a shoebox and puts it under the bees and smacks the branch and misses the box. Drops the whole hive on me and Neil. Sharby is halfway to Algiers by the time the bees hit us.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Lisa, who is also allergic, is sticking her arm out filming this.
Oh my
I
god.
have a collared shirt on, so all the bees go down my shirt, and me and Neil just start getting stung.
Oh
And I
my
thought I was
gosh.
okay, and then I just hear Lisa yell, "Oh God, you're back!" And apparently you couldn't even see my back.
Oh
It
my
was nothing but
god.
bees. I got stung like 17 times. Neil got stung even more. He got stung 3 times in the top of the head.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Oh
It was
man.
not. It was not good times.
Oh my gosh. No. Yeah, so I for sure would have died. Glad I wasn't there.
Yeah, it was not
no,
good.
no offense.
Hey, is
Glad
that
you're
our,
not dead.
I think that's
but
our
me
friend.
would
I
have
think
died.
that's our friend from Norway.
Is that our Norway friend?
Yeah.
I hope
He was like
so.
6'8".
Damn.
What was that?
Yeah. That's
Oh, I'm so
Pretty
glad you're back. Love it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I wasn't there for the B story. Unfortunately, I got to see it,
That
but
sucks.
And I think we need
you
new
can
girls.
park that for a minute because that will make another one here. 6'9", sorry.
Jesus.
No, 6'9".
Making me feel short.
Right?
There's literally one guy in my company taller than me, besides all.
Oh gosh. The short one of your brother's Mercy. I look like a 3-year-old next to you.
Remember he said his wife was 5'4" or something like that too.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I remember that. How tall are you?
6'5".
Okay. That is so funny.
Yeah, 6'9" is huge.
That is huge.
It's like fucking Josh Lithgow. He's so fucking massive. You would probably, if I showed you a picture of Lithgow, you'd probably know him.
I probably
He was
would.
always in Tony's all the time.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's 6'8" and wide.
Why?
And he used to race. Yeah. He's a big boy. And yeah, he used to race toy cars with us way back in the day, and he's just a big old fucking dude.
Wow. Way back. That's cool. Hey, Mr. Norway. That's funny.
I remember one time, I was getting drunk at the bar or whatever at Tony's, and I saw Josh
gee, me
earlier.
too.
What?
I said, oh, gee, me too.
Yeah, imagine that, all of us at some point.
Wow. Wow. Would have
But,
never guessed.
I was sitting there and I was I don't remember who I was there with, but I was just sitting at the bar downstairs and just drinking or whatever, and I feel like somebody come up to me and rub my head, but when I guess you don't know this, but typically when you're sitting there it's kind of lower to you
Right.
like that, but this was
Up
higher
there.
than me, and I was all, this is weird. Nobody's doing this over my head. And I turn around, and this dude he's probably, again, he's 6'8", probably 350, 380, something like that. He's just a big fucking dude. Not fat, but just big.
Big dude. Yeah.
WHE, our stranger, come and rub your head.
Whoop.
Oh, but he's not a stranger. I know him.
Right, don't tell me.
And I'm man, this is really fucking weird. And I turn around, and he's just giggling. And I'm and this giant man, he's just you're just
Giggling.
yeah, giggling. I'm it's
Grabbing
lift out? What are you doing? And I'm oh shit. Cause he's just hammered, which I don't know how much you'd to drink.
To
To
for him to be hammered.
Be that hammered, cause yeah. So he's just fucking hammered as
man.
shit. I also couldn't imagine if he was so drunk that you had to try to
Carry him?
get
Oh
him
my
out of
gosh.
the bar. Impossible. A stranger comes into my head. I've actually
Or
had that happen also,
When a
but
medical emergency happens, I have to put him on a stretcher.
right. I have had problems,
Get
and
a
I'm not
dolly.
that big of a
Get a
dude.
dolly.
Yeah.
It's got wheels.
Doesn't even fit in the back of the ambulance. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, she just looks a fucking
The doors are just propped open.
You
while
get
they're
a
driving
long
the
bed
ambulance.
trailer.
You just get a fucking a refrigerator dolly with put a board on it, so it's a 4x8.
Y'all got you got a sofa box? Anybody know by a nearby furniture store?
Yeah, that would be. I could just imagine trying to move him at all for anything.
Especially if he's passed out, dead weight.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's already a struggle for people that are 140 pounds, 150 pounds. Where you're a dead weight person is super hard to carry, and you're fuck.
Yeah, weren't you the one that carried Bailey back?
Multiple times.
Yeah.
The worst one, the one on her 21st birthday wasn't too bad, even though it was a very long distance.
Mm-hmm.
But one time she was we drank way too much when I was working at the bar. It was the margarita mouth, where you just took the margarita ingredients and just poured it into your mouth.
Oh yeah.
And it was one of those nights, and she left and then came back and then was fucking fully passed out. And I take her to her house and it was a fucking track to my truck, and I was fuck, this is ridiculous. Because she was totally.
We all have that one friend.
Yeah, Bay is definitely one of those people that
I think that's the only time somebody disappeared and came back completely shit faced.
Oh, Mr. Paul, this is a pretty good story too. There's also
I don't remember most of it.
there's a lot of illegal.
Yeah,
There's some illegal activity, but it's been long enough now that we should be okay. Because there's no proving it. So it was one night. It was he had come in with his boss at the time, who used to own the cigar shop,
Right.
and we started drinking or whatever, and then they leave. And usually when that happened, like with Mondo or whatever, like Paul came back later and it was fine or whatever, or like he just never came back. Well, this specific night, I think it was like, I don't know, like March or February or something like that. It was like kind of cold, but not like super cold. Like I still like rode my bike down there to like work and that kind of stuff. But I got kind of like lit up because I was like kind of by myself, and I was like, I'm working anyway, so I just got fucking pretty drunk. And he comes back. I'm cleaning the bar. It's like 2:15, 2:30. So I'm mopping or whatever. The music just fucking cranked. It's like hammered as fuck, like ready to go.
Having a good time.
I hear this like on the door, and it's like the door
Letting you know.
the door with no handle too. Like you couldn't go in it.
Oh,
Plus,
that
I had the door locked anyways. So I look over and Paul's just like his face is just like up against the glass. I hear dang. So I'm all fucking hair. I was like, oh shit. I'm gonna make a hookah bowl too. Here in a second.
I can do it.
You wanna do it?
Yeah, you tell your story. It's been a minute. I'll do it.
Okay. So I go unlock the door, whatever, open it up, bring him inside. And he like can barely walk. Like he can't stand. Like if you stand still, it's not happening. So I sit him down, finish cleaning the bar.
Movement was fun.
Huh?
But moving I'm fine.
Yeah, moving is okay. I don't know about fine, but it's brand new. It's
This is
all
brand new?
yeah, it's not open yet, but you can
Okay.
open it. You can
What
do
do
whatever.
you want?
I was just making mint and white grape for the most part.
Okay.
A little bit of 2 apple on top.
Okay.
That's all we need.
Cool.
And if we want to open other stuff, I have 4 kilos or something like that over
I
there.
got 4 kilos of this.
I just got the shipment today, so it lasts for like 2 months, so it's all right. Still sounds a little bit bad, but you know when you go there,
Have
have
more than that.
Do you want me to use this bowl?
use this one.
Okay.
But so I cleaned up the bar, and then we decided like we're gonna go back to my house because I was like I don't know. I think you were staying with your parents still or something like that at the time.
I think we just wanted it to keep going.
Yeah, so we just want to like keep drinking and hanging out or whatever. So I take my bike, which was my fixed gear at the time. You can't take the wheels off real easily without a wrench. It didn't have a wrench because for some reason I'm riding around with no tubes or anything. It's fine.
Yeah, good.
But
Is it just before today?
it's just us 4 today. So his Mini, because he had a Mini Cooper at the time, is parked behind the Nard. So somehow our 2 drunk asses, huh?
I said I missed the mini.
I only got rid of it in February.
Yeah, he just got rid of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But somehow, so we go over there, we walk my bike over there, and somehow our 2 drunk asses can get my bike in the back of his car, and we didn't touch anything. No tire marks, nothing.
Fold the back seat
And
down and just.
a full bike with that, like me and him. So me and him get in this fucking car.
It's like right after I bought it too, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It was right around that time. We and that's when I lived on the corner of Horsetooth and yeah, Horsetooth LeMay with Andrew and Wingate.
Okay.
So you just got, because I think it's my first time driving it.
It was, yeah.
So I drive it, we drive back, we get on the Swallow, and I look over at Paul and I was like, let's see how fast we can go before we hit the stop sign. He goes, okay. So I think we got to like $1.05, $1.10, something like that before we hit the stop sign. It's about 3/4 of a mile. So we're mobbing out, just having a ball, drift around, do the thing, like get over to the house, like just laughing our asses off when we get in the house. Like Andrew's like, what the fuck is going on? Wingate's, I don't know where Wingate was. I don't think we
Probably
saw him.
somewhere drunk.
Yeah, sounds right. Yeah, it's just like 3 in the morning, like we're just all fucking stomping around driving this fucking car at 110 miles an hour, like doing all dumb shit. God, I've done a lot of dumb things in the car drunk. I don't recommend it. Don't do it. Please don't.
Well, yeah, the best part though was like a couple weeks later,
Oh my God.
we are sober.
And?
And we're gonna go back to the house. Because I think it like started snowing or something. And
Yeah.
he had his bike with him again and didn't want to ride it home. So we're like, we'll just throw it in the Mini and fucking drive there. We cannot get this bike in. It just does not happen.
Yeah, it's just not as, like, it
We're
was,
not drunk enough for this.
like, I don't know how we got it in. It was perfect too. Like, none of us had to duck or anything. Like, we just, like, got
We
it
scoot the
perfect.
seats forward a little bit and we're good to go.
Yeah, but this time when we were sober, we could not do it. Like, it just, like, could not get it in there.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh my god, you guys. Alright, next story.
Oh man, there's so many of them. Especially when it comes to me and Paul, because I've known Paul since fucking, 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
It was funny. I remember the time that I realized that, like,
Hello, socks.
you were Rachel's brother, because I knew his sister since like third grade, fourth grade when they moved here, and then I met him, several years later, racing toy cars or whatever, and I remember like Rachel had come to the toy car track, and I was all, the fuck, like that's my sister. I was like, I've known your sister for like 10 years already, like.
I knew Eric and his dad through Boy Scouts already.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, and like he knew like my cousins and shit from his sister being in Girl Scouts.
Oh yeah, it's because of Patrick.
So you guys were
I met
destined to be
I met
best
Patrick
friends.
at Girl Scout camp.
Yeah.
So cute. Are you guys both wearing dresses or no?
Patrick would never in his life put on a dress even for as a joke.
Oh my gosh. You know what? My dad, you're gonna have to get this game, but it's a Pretty Princess board game. And the winner wears all the princess gear, right? The necklace, the ring, the bracelet, all that stuff. My dad, in his mullet, after 4 Budweisers, won the game and wore all the shit. Yes.
It wouldn't even bother me to put it on.
He was probably stoned too, but come on, like that was like my favorite memory when I was like 3-4 years old.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
fair.
my dad. like
That's fair. When
totally
you're
dressed
a
up
little
for me.
kid, like for sure.
Yes.
I don't think his daughter's gonna have this problem.
Does your dad still have them all?
Not anymore, no. But my mom, when she met my dad, she's like, Sarah, your dad had the sexiest mullet I've ever seen. I know. I was like, wow, mom, like way to set the bar. Way high.
You know what's super silly is I don't think a mullet looks all that bad. Like when Seth was growing his out, pretty solid.
Like-
It depends on the person.
It depends on
Yeah.
the person, and it has
And
to
the
be
kind
done
of
well.
mullet.
It has to be done well. And
What?
I'm not gonna lie, pictures of my dad with his cut off like shorts and covered in drywall and his mullet, he looks good. He totally looks good. But like it has to be done right. It has to be
That's-
done right.
I think
Not the kid from the trailer park who like did it with scissors.
I would
himself.
say I think when you say it out loud, it's much worse than it actually is.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Well, like
Just
mullet.
ugly
Sexy
word. Yeah, it's just like
mullet.
well because like you just think of like trailer trash again or like hillbilly bullshit,
I
not
know.
actually like.
Have you seen people's new mullets? Like they are like,
It's coming
well
back.
then, okay. Like this is a nice spin on the
When
mullet.
Seth was doing his, I made him do a mullet for my wedding.
Oh, that's so
So he was
good.
a full suit and tie and a mullet.
It was
And it looks
I
fine.
bet. I bet.
Yeah.
Well, he got Chris to fucking like to trim it out too when it was the wet up.
It was like a nice modern mullet.
Yeah.
Not like some old
Modern
went to a
mullet.
legit barber to get
The
them.
modern mullet.
backwoods mullet.
And Chris
If
loved that
anyone
shit.
can do a good mullet, it's Chris.
It is Chris.
That's awesome. That's so good.
I saw him last weekend, and I made sure to talk about what we talked about. Like, so you remember, like I was making fun of him for not answering. So
Right.
I messaged Chris like a couple weeks ago. I messaged
Yeah.
you too, and you didn't.
Oh
answer.
yeah. Yeah.
You never messaged me.
That was
Because
Yeah.
you were already coming, or you were coming. That was the weekend you were coming.
I
Anyway,
was more hungover than I have been in a very, very, very long time. Yeah, like going to a party for a coworker. So
How's the bowl?
didn't end well.
good. It's like spot on.
Okay. I've not made one since I worked at the movie bar.
Damn.
It's been a minute.
I don't know, think about how long that's been. That means we're getting old.
That is.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Not that my green beard says that.
So
No.
I fucking
No,
Mine
no.
are at the liquor store.
so on that the following Monday, like a friend came over and we had a few drinks, and then I was like kind of getting drunk, so like I was like, and they left, and I was like, I'm just gonna do some work and get all fucking hammered. So I was like,
Right
I just
on.
started drinking and doing work, and I was like, I didn't finish until like 8 or 9 in the morning. So like, it was just like Tuesday morning. But I was just fucking drunk as shit, just like hammering out some job work. And I was like, oh, whatever. This is easy work, not an issue. But like, I was watching that podcast that we had with Yumi and Mira, and that part that I made fun of him. And like 4 in the morning, I was all drunk and I clipped that section and I sent it to him over text. No response again. And so I was like, it's like 4 in the morning. It's all right. But I talked to him about it and he's all, yeah, I watched both sections. And I'm an asshole for not responding. I was like, I don't really care on that scenario. But it was just kind of funny. He was like, I'll be on there soon. And I was like, okay, Chris.
Yeah, you little shit.
Chris is super dope. And like,
I want to be here when he's here. Oh,
yeah.
man. Yeah.
He's super fun to like, and he again, like I was saying on that podcast, he doesn't think he's cool at all.
That's,
like,
I know.
And again, he's got 10,000 subs on fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just do it like what I want to. And I was like, that's the point, but still, like you're cooler than you think you are, apparently.
Clearly.
But he's super fun, and he's a stellar barber for sure too. I mean, making me look decent. I wish he would trim my beard, but because I fucked up again today, it's not great.
Do you not have like an adjustable haircut?
No, I do.
How do
Well,
you
like I
fuck
was
that up?
trimming down like the sides. It was on this
Do you
side.
need a beard stencil?
But like I was like trimming it down, and it's like trying to get it like super even, and I was like way too low. I was like, fuck. Well, here it is. So then I had to like trim it a little bit. It's not too bad.
No.
But
No.
Can
Coming
you
back.
imagine if you had the mustache I used to have? How many times you would have cut that off by accident?
I basically do. Like, I was so bummed, like, a month ago when I fucked it up. I was like, God damn it. Because it looked really good before.
It
but
did.
I just keep waking up and being like, I should probably shave. Like, I'm wearing a mask all day, fuck it.
Yeah. I was just thought I'd trim it up a little bit today, since I've been walking around with a fucking gnarly beard with a nice haircut. But then it didn't work out, apparently. It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not great. I was like, I almost was like, fuck it, just cut it all
Still
off.
better than mine.
Oh, man.
What are you at now, like a month and a half?
Yeah. It's a month and a half, man.
Of no touchy.
Little touchy.
Yeah, but like,
Everything except this and this is 5 days.
Thanks, man.
It kind of sucks though.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you gotta
I
shave
don't like
it.
shaving.
I get it.
But
I
it does
mean-
help that I don't have that much wax in my mustache anymore these days.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
yeah, he used to do like the real, like full
Yeah.
on,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
it was, like,
Yeah, you
straight.
don't
So when I met this guy,
No, I don't think so.
the first 3 months that I knew him, so I started working at the hookah bar. He's a regular, there every day. First 3 months I knew him, I called him Ben.
Pass my license on it.
And no one corrected me. There's like
Sick.
20 of you assholes, and no one said
Dude,
shit
that's fucking
until one
dope.
day I dropped off a hookah bar and you're like, oh, and Sarah, by the way, my name's Paul. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, tall Paul. No, fuck all of you. Every one of you.
Yeah, it is definitely a fucking. Again, when people get their names wrong, we just let them do it for a while.
Yeah. Fuck you guys.
It's like, yeah, whatever. Another time.
It doesn't hurt our feelings at all. So.
So I just make up names, I guess, if I don't know exactly.
Well, still,
Yeah, I don't know where you came up with Ben. Like, it's not even close. And nobody around was called Ben.
No.
There wasn't a Ben.
Sunshine, but everyone
Well,
called
yeah.
him Sunshine.
I might have been in there with my buddy Ben.
I doubt it.
I mean, he did come occasionally, but
I'm an idiot.
I still think it's weird when I hear people call him Nick or Nicholas.
Yeah.
It's like we were
I have no idea who they're talking about.
playing. Yeah, I was super
yeah,
confused.
I've known him a lot longer as Nick than I. Well, probably even now, but
We were
Well,
playing.
you've known me as Dick for longer now, just because it was like 07.
We were playing Among Us, and we were all on Discord because we had a group of friends big enough to play it, like 10 people, and I think it was Lily.
Yeah,
I
my
kept
sister.
referring to you as Nicholas. It's like, who the fuck's Nicholas? It's like, oh, that's right. That's
Yeah,
Nick's
she
name.
calls me Nick, but yeah. Well, that's the same thing as like ZX Frenzy, Shane. I play with Shane still. Yeah, Paul knows Shane.
Got it.
Yeah. But Shane calls me Nick still too. He's not ever called me Dick.
I still mostly refer to you as Nick. It weird hell
Yeah, again, Hope's never known me as Nick, so.
But then she thinks I'm talking about Hazard.
Oh, okay, fair. Yeah, I mean, I guess when like you're talking to your parents, you don't refer to me as Dick either, so.
No, because they've never known you as Dick.
Yeah, never ever.
Like who?
His parents.
That's so funny. How's Hope?
She's good.
What you doing?
She's home.
She's doing her thing. That's awesome.
Tending to plants, probably.
Yeah.
She got really
Is your
heavy
mic
into
all the way
plants.
plugged in?
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
So we have a lot of plants.
It is not. It is now.
That's cool. Do you guys own a house? That's awesome. That's awesome.
Think about moving.
Yeah, where to?
We don't know. Somewhere that's not in our neighborhood because they're trying to put a big trailer park in right next to us
Oh, and you're like,
in a
no.
natural space.
Oh.
So we're trying to change the rules. Destroy our property value. So
Yeah. I don't blame you. Still, now.
maybe Loveland.
Yeah, Loveland's good.
Because she works in Loveland and I work in Longmont. So
Oh yeah, Loveland's good. Well, and then between Loveland and Berthoud and all that, there's a lot of new homes being developed right between there.
we thought about Berthoud because that would be like halfway between our jobs. But I don't know if I
Berthoud's
want
so beautiful.
It is cool. I don't,
It's a
don't know
cool
why I want to
town.
be that far south. I don't know.
Fair. I get it.
Maybe.
I mean, Amanda and Dan just moved over there.
Yeah. I know a few people. Couple of coworkers.
Yeah.
I wonder how close they actually are to my mom's house.
They're like, you know, there's just all that brand new stuff by 287.
Prairie Star. I know it's in the same neighborhood. I just don't know
Oh yeah, then they're probably pretty close.
how close, like literally close, but already close enough.
Yeah, I mean, like that's walking distance in that, regardless. Regardless.
I know my mom would be sad.
What?
My mom would be sad if we moved that far south.
I mean, your mom's probably sad that you live on the other side of town now. You were always her baby.
Not that they're going anywhere now.
I mean, their house has probably gone up in value quite a bit since they've been there too. I mean,
Yeah, they get
us-
like 424 and it's up to almost 900.
yeah,
That must be my house in Old Town.
yeah, especially right now. So
Yeah, if they were one street over on Mountain, it'd be probably double.
yeah, it would have been double when they bought it though too, because those houses were always really expensive. But yeah, I mean they're 2 blocks off of fucking Mountain.
Not 1 block, they're on Port.
Oh yeah, well they're almost 2 blocks off of Mountain, because they're between the port and
I mean, there's like 2 houses in Cherry.
no, it's
Maple.
Maple.
What are those trees?
Something like that. So yeah, but it's straight downtown.
That's cool.
I mean, I haven't seen your parents since fucking Teddy's wedding either. Jesus.
Me either. So I sat with them.
That's right, you did.
Sat with your parents and
Kate's parents, yeah.
Sorry.
That was alright. It was a good time. I can't remember much of it. But whatever.
Yeah, so much for a dry wedding.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Take a lap, a lap, a lap.
Things slowing again.
I know it's skies. You don't have to fucking like talk to me like this, Alyssa. Get out of here. Get out of here. I purposely spelled it wrong, so
Spelled what wrong?
the name. It's like Burning or Smoky Skies is what it's called, this podcast.
Oh.
So she's trying to be like, fight me. She always wants me to fight her. Like, I don't get it.
Let's drop some boxing gloves. Let's do this. Just kidding.
I think Alyssa probably should take up some kind of like hitting things like activities. Just, you know, that's what she should do. Just because she's always like, fight me or whatever. I actually haven't talked to her in like a few weeks now.
That's funny. Man. I remember doing those sumo wrestle things. You know, the blow up sumo wrestling suits.
Mm-hmm.
You actually like sumo wrestle in them. Those are pretty effective.
I have a costume like that.
You do?
Your face is off.
Yeah, that was the first tour de fat I did with these guys. I was on a BMX bike on my inflatable sumo thing. It was hilarious. Big guy in a sumo outfit on this tiny little bike. But then it was so hot, I remember I took that thing off. I remember my tank top was like soaking wet.
Yeah, 'cause it was hot that year too. It was
It was
hot.
super hot, and I'm just in this giant air bladder. It was hot as shit.
Yeah, it's all just
It
fucking
was
like.
a good time though.
Oh
It was a really
man.
good time.
I just think of like the sumo fighting as when we had the
Danger balls?
danger balls blown up. She's an avid suck my dick aficionado kind of scenario. I'm so down to sumo suit wrestle. If we got like real sumo suits like that, like the not
big
the,
paddle.
That's what I'm talking about. Like the real.
that'd be fun. I'd be down.
Oh yeah.
I still have the danger balls, dude.
Yeah, I need to fix 2 of them or just buy some more. They're just
Last time I saw that, ended in tragedy.
what? The sumo suit or the
No,
danger balls?
Danger balls.
No tragedy.
Chris's kid.
Oh no! I brought him over to Teddy's parents' house one night,
Oh.
and me and Chris, Teddy's brother, were like playing with Landon, and he bounced off like his dad, and then he bounced into me like face first, and then he like faced into the fucking ground and like busted his face open a little bit.
Oh,
And then so like he kind of went a little like extra, and then he like ate too much food. Like,
Well, no, because he bit through his tongue.
oh, that's right, he bit through his tongue. And then like he ate like too much food too to go along with it because it was like right after dinner. So he's just sitting there like pouting and like crying at this point, which is fair. You bite through your tongue, it's bloody everywhere. I think he was like 6 at the time.
Oh, yeah.
5 or 6. And then like he just like sits out of the chair and then he just goes, bleh, just pukes all over that.
Oh man.
Yeah, when you get back from Minnesota, say hi to the gang out there too.
We didn't have too many injuries.
Except for dopey ass idiot person that we don't like getting bounced on the concrete.
That's fine. Yeah, I guess I almost broke my toe
You and
when I
your
tried to
toes.
roll under you. It was that same toe, actually. So I was like, hold on, I want to try something. So we would just run each other full speed and we'll see what happens. And when me and, we had 4 of them, so it's like a free-for-all, which means it's going to be me and
Yeah,
Dick
just let me know,
at
Alyssa.
some point.
when you get
'cause
back.
People run into us and they're,
Yeah, it's running into a brick wall that's bouncy, I guess,
yeah.
when it comes to running me and him.
But Seth did one where I was like, Seth, just for fun, just run at me and jump at the last second. And I fucking launched him. Thank God he was like holding on to that thing because he came down on his head, but it was all like
He was tucked
Above,
he
yeah.
was tucked in. But yeah, he sailed quite a ways. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we don't need him getting any more concussions.
in. Oh man.
Dude, when he busted his face open, that was... Did I tell you about that? So this is last...
Just got that bike or something.
Yeah, so it was last June. We rode down to Rally King, and Rally King's like, they make super good beers, but they're also like, they're definitely underrated. Like you drink like 4 and you're like fucking thrashed. Like they're
Really?
gnarly beers, yeah. And he didn't eat any food, and we rode down there, and I told him before we left, put his helmet on. He didn't put his fucking helmet on. So we rode there, got all drunk, and he's like, real drunk. We rode our bikes back.
Good night, y'all.
And I, Alyssa.
Night.
Blow your kiss.
And he's coming back, and we're like right over here. So we cross Prospect, and he's like trying to like race me back to the house, kind of. Well, it gets a little too rowdy in the pedals, and the front kind of bounces a little bit. Well, the last bounce, it kind of like went like this, and he like fucking like down hard, like
Caught
straight
himself
on
in
his
face.
yeah, straight on his face, and like. So I'm like, oh, good job, buddy. And then he's like, not like doing shit. And I was all, oh shit. And so I get him like rolled over or whatever. And I was like, all right, hey, like, fucking like,
Wake
keep
the
talking to
fuck
me, like,
up,
do
talk
something,
to
like,
me,
yeah.
yeah,
So I'm
do
like,
something.
not like trying to smack or whatever. Like, somebody like pulled over because they saw like it happen. They're like, do I need to call an ambulance? Well, I was like, give it like 15 seconds, 20 seconds to like come through. And then he's like choking on it because he had like a Zen pouch in, so it's like choking on his like Zen pouch. And I was like, okay. But like for like probably like 2 or 3 hours, he was like
Nah.
real out of it. But I was like, let's just stay away, make sure you're okay, and then like if it like that glossiness comes back over your eyes scenario, we'll just take care of you. But like he like came out of it, and he was like okay, and then his mom was a little super mad that I didn't take him to the hospital. I was like. There's no point if it's just a concussion to like go to the hospital.
Right.
But I'm gonna pay attention to see if like it deteriorates or whatever.
Right.
And because it's not my first rodeo from getting knocked the fuck out. Like it happens,
Sure.
Surprise.
right? So he did end up going to the his mom finally like was like, no, like you're going regardless of the next day. Well, he did like crack his skull a little bit, like so like you can kind of see it like in his eye socket on that side of his face.
Oh.
But yeah, like he like smashed it hard doing like 10 miles an hour on his bike.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But then he
my
mentioned
His eye was all full of blood. Great.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And then he mentioned choking on the Zen pouch. I'm never gonna forget that. It's back when we did kickball. And so we were over at fucking Rolling Moore, playing on like the dirt fields. And I was always in the outfield typically. And this one's coming right at me. I got a fat old dip in. It comes right at me, hits me in the throat. I swallow half my dip. And I just
That's the worst.
go to the ground. The ball kept going. I just dropped to the ground. Hit in the throat, swallowed dip, not good.
Oh
It
god.
was rough.
Oh my god. Good job enunciating the P on that, because
Had a mouthful of dick.
dropped my knees, swallowed dick.
That's a different story.
I mean, it's kind of the same. But
That was at a New Year's party. I didn't swallow dick, but there was a
Dick.
bulge competition comparison thing.
Paul was there for this one. It was a New Year's party.
I don't know if he was in the room though. If you were here, it was at the house next door.
No, I remember that there was a New Year's party. I also remember I vomited in my own car. So, I was not driving.
But it was you, me.
So that's what I guess you at least state. I probably don't remember.
You guys are going around to whoever. I don't know who all got touched, but you and Seth were making sure who had the
Me
best
and Seth
package.
were seeing who had the biggest package. Yeah, just saying like this,
Yeah, that was exactly what they were doing.
like not a squeeze, just kind of like a cup, just to see.
Oh, okay.
Just a pat. You
How,
know.
Yeah.
how do you get a natural assessment by a cup? Like, I would assume you'd squeeze. I would like do a good assessment.
I mean,
was
it's not like a hard, like, you're not like,
So that's a good
like-
thing, I guess, for
like,
friends.
make
So
sure you
packages
have
are big enough where you don't have to squeeze through the denim to get the dick.
Rip it.
It's there.
Could you unzip a little bit? I know.
I'm gonna need you to take
Your
your pants
zipper's
off.
thick.
I like your Carhartts, but they get in the way.
Excuse me, Sheila.
yeah, so they found out who had the biggest fucking, like, package scenario.
That's so funny.
Oh my god.
That was, like, their thing for, like, an hour.
Yeah,
I was
don't remember that.
hammered though. I was drunk enough to fall asleep in the hot tub. So
Oh man. That's hilarious.
with certain somebody.
With another naked dude that we don't like. It's a friend's lady's brother. And we don't like him at all.
A friend's lady's brother. Got it.
You might have met him also. I guess I don't really care if his name's... His name's Dan, and nobody likes him.
He knows it.
I've yelled at him so many times.
I
I got kicked out of a bar yelling at him, so...
think I likely know the person who which we do not speak of.
Yeah, I fell asleep in the hot tub with him. We were all skinny dipping. And then all of a sudden I just wake up, or I get woken up, and it's just me and him asleep in the hot tub. I'm like, what the fuck? And the hot tub
What
was,
did we do?
the hot,
And this is on New Year's.
the hot tub
So
was
it's-
so gross next morning because Seth had his can of Coke original long cut into like the cardboard cans on
Oh.
top of the cover. So when we shut it, it fell in, and overnight just deteriorated.
Oh.
Open that up in the morning, it's like gross brown water that smelled like death. It was so.
Who shit their pants?
You guys are
What?
so
Yeah,
hammered.
but-
I'm glad I was like not out there with all you guys to like deal with that. I sat in the garage and smoked too good. And
Yeah,
not
we
give
were
a fuck.
pretty fucked up. We were just those New Year's, we're trying to see boobies. That's what it was. All the,
That's what most
'cause it
people
was,
do for New Year's.
it was like, yeah, it's fucking, because we had a couple of the women of the group, they were like, yeah, let's go fucking skinny dipping in the hot tub. And then before you know it, there's 10 naked dudes in the hot tub.
Waiting for the girls and they went home.
Basically.
Yeah, 2 of the girls came out. That's it.
Oh man.
Yeah, because
10 dudes and 2 chicks.
Sure that went over well.
there was 3. There was 3 girls.
Not in the...
Yeah, at one time there was for sure. between Bay, Andy, and
That's right. Bay was in there.
yeah.
Bay didn't
Fun.
participate. She left early.
No, she came inside and hung out with the rest of everybody else.
Yeah, she left the hot tub early.
Yeah.
She left my party early.
Yeah, you guys were extra hammered. I mean, everybody
But
was.
we had beer pong set up in the living room. We had like a bunch of shit
man.
going on. We had shots in the kitchen going
Yeah.
fucking left and right.
And it's one of our parties. It's gonna be drunk.
Yeah, it was a good fucking time. I saw that picture somewhere. It was a good amount of us there.
Yeah, we had a pile of people for sure. God, but that dude, I don't like Dan. That Dan can go shovel rocks for
Next door's brother?
No,
No.
Lindsay's brother.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that is the same person I'm thinking of. I just got confused.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know who next door's brother.
The people who live next door that have the tours.
They don't live there anymore.
Oh, okay.
No, not they. I've never met any of their family outside.
Yeah, no, I was just.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, they live over in the neighborhood your parents used to live in. Or where
Oh.
we used to live. They bought a house over there. James crashed his motorcycle April. He crashed it. He tagged a curb or median on a horse tooth, and yeah, destroyed that bike pretty nicely. I haven't seen him since I helped move that bike out. I know that he's
Did you just break in?
yeah, he broke tibia fibia. Yeah, that's part of the course when you're playing with motorsports. But I'm not sure what he's doing. I actually haven't talked to him in a couple weeks. I talked to him.
Many a late night counseling sessions.
Yeah, that one for sure. That night, that Tour de Fat last year when he tried to fight me, I was like, bruh.
So he was like all fucking like amped up and just aggressive.
Yeah, he tried to fight me, which didn't end up very well because I just held him. Oh shit, a Ponzolo!
Hell yes.
There's a Ponzolo. I haven't seen that name live on my screen in a while.
I've never seen it.
How is beer roulette going?
So far, so good.
I got two.
We have 3 milk stouts.
Yeah.
That's straight up.
We determined that Travis also was not a milk stout person.
So I have 3 milk stouts.
What's your news?
Oh, what is it?
Sounds like child.
Sounds like child.
Sounds like John.
He's all, I got high. That would be super funny if that was the case, but yes. What's this
I'm
news?
outside.
That would also be cool.
That'd be awesome.
But
I'm outside. That should be the news.
I don't think he's ever been to either of these two houses.
Fucking son.
Yep, there it is.
Woo! Congratulations!
Yes, man.
That Wyoming child.
Not bad. Woman shrugging, medium light skin tone.
What media
Medium light skin tone girl. Oh my god! Wow, translator. And we think we're racist. Come on.
It's just AI. You gotta leave it
I
alone.
think that's yellow.
Yeah,
It's
AI.
medium.
Okay, still racist.
There was one congrats, Ponzolo. That's fucking great, dude. Who would imagine the high
It's
kid
great,
from
Hannah.
fucking
Thank you so
high school
much.
would be having a kid right now?
Really, wasn't that way in high school.
Well, after college, where there was more bongs and hookahs in their house than anywhere else on the planet.
DPO.
And DPO.
DPO.
Oh my god. The DPO.
Oh,
between-
DPO.
The night we almost got totally fucked.
Oh my god. Yeah, especially me in that fucking
Especially.
story. Have you heard this story?
NG.
Nope.
This would have been before you actually too.
I wish you were here.
Oh
Hannah.
yes, no, it's
You should be here. You should be here.
Do appreciate the beers for sure. What do you got that one?
Beer.
Beers.
So it's a little IPA-ish.
So, yep, he's having a son.
Wow.
He can't see you. Comment there, Miller time. Ponzolo, Eben says hello, and congratulations also. I'll just finish that one out for you.
His own. An amber ale and coffee Baltic porter today.
Ooh.
Nice.
You should definitely share when you get the chance.
Do like some peach though.
Love peach.
So this is 2009. 2009.
9, yeah.
I'm so sorry. I wish I could be. Maybe next week. The money in my idea.
Evan's commenting on YouTube, so you guys on Facebook can't see his stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
There it is.
There he is.
So yeah,
man.
2009. So I was the only person of age at this party because all my friends were like slightly younger than I am. But I think I would have been 22. You would have been. I think it was right before your what? You're
20 or 19.
You were 19.
YouTube.
It was Nikki G's birthday. It was Nikki G's birthday. So it was
Okay.
March.
Right.
So I was 23.
If you were 23, I was 20.
So I was probably 8.
Yeah.
I had just turned 23, so you were not quite 20 yet. It was March.
Oh, yeah, March.
26.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I felt way older for a minute. I about died for a second.
who cares? I'm way older anyways. Doesn't
Oh
matter.
my gosh.
But, so we throw a party for Nikki G's birthday, and we got
Fucking can't.
way too much
Really.
booze.
Surprise!
And really, yeah, so we're on like 7th Avenue and 16th, 17th Street or whatever.
Done.
But so we get like real lit up, and that was like right when they opened Deepido in Greeley, like brand new. That was like the spot to go when you're like again that age getting hammered. So like we just walked to Deepido because it's close. It's
two
like
of us and G.
yeah. So it was the two of us and G. Wasn't there who?
No, it was just 3 of us.
This is the three of us. And so we walked to Deepido, and we're waiting for our food. 7th and 7th.
7?
I think it was 17th.
17th.
Your number already rolling on the floor, laughing,
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. But, so we go to Deepido, order our Deepido, and I remember like
Like a shit ton of
like, we ordered a ton for the whole party. And I'm hammered, and I decide to like stand up. I'm like dancing on the fucking like picnic table or
Dick's
whatever,
dancing.
yelling or doing whatever we're doing.
And we're walking towards, at
So-
the time, a very not great part of Greeley.
Yeah, so like, you know, we get our Deepido, we start walking back. Greeley PD fucking rolls up.
The fucking sidewalk.
on the side, like,
On
we're
the
just fucking
sidewalk.
walking, the three of us, just walking. Rolls up, and then like gets out and like starts talking to us, and it's like, man, it's really echoey in here right now. But it's, you know, one dude and one girl cop, and they're just talking to us, and they're like, "What are you doing?" Like, we're just like, you know, we just want to get some deep dough, and they're like,
Why do you need so much cookie dough?
"Yeah." They're like, "Cookie dough?" And we're like, "No, like deep dough." As the three of us like
Point at
leaning
me.
over.
Cookie dough.
It's just literally a block away.
There.
Baby,
Right over there.
And then we're like, okay, so like, can we see some IDs? At this point, I think I'm fucked. Because, again, I'm 22 or 23. I'm 23.
Right.
And all these kids are fucking 19, and one just turned 20, you know? He's 19, G just turned 20. And I'm like, I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. And they run our shit or whatever, and they're like, all right, like, give us our shit back. You guys are good to go, like, you know.
Yeah,
like,
that's just where we're going. Make sure we're actually meaning to go in the direction we were going.
yeah, they're like, yeah, we're just going right over here. Like, right as fucking UNCD PD rolls up. And this dude
Oh,
gets out of his
shit.
fucking car, like,
Oh yeah, serious business.
and then like the cops turn around and they literally go, dude, and just like stop him, like they're good, and like sends him on his way.
Because G was at UNC at the time, so he would have been double fucked.
Double fucked. Oh shit.
Yeah, so it was like we got real lucky in that scenario because we were just like happened to be nice and white.
Nice and
Not a
white.
great say.
Well, okay, to compound that, when the two of us worked at Spradley Bar in Greeley, I was leaving one night in my old Jetta.
Drinking beer, Evan Hot Hot ready tomorrow.
I pulled on the 34, Hadn't even really had time to speed. I probably would have been. But I got pulled over. Well, County Sheriff's. Guy walks up to the window, I crank it down, and hand on gun, and he goes, "Oh, thought you were Mexican. You're good to go."
Yeah, no, like that actually.
Either that was the most racist thing I ever experienced, or they had a Mexican suspect. Which I'm hoping is what it was.
I bet that's what it was.
We hope it was. He did drive kind of a.
Yeah, it was a bit of a cholo.
It was a bright white Jetta, that
Lowered.
dark tint.
Dark tint.
Lowered.
That makes sense. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
Mexican. My
Exhaust. It just had a pipe, basically.
Well, at that point, after it fell off like 5 times, yeah, basically just had a fucking pipe.
I miss that car. We used to have a ton of fun in that car. We packed what, like Ponsolo and a bunch of us in it, and went to fucking Cheyenne about fireworks that one time. And fucking Chad is just sitting in the middle. Chadwick is sitting in the middle. You know, we used to work with him. Was just sitting in the middle, like, as we're just yelling at the car, like, "You wanna go, bitches!" Like, and he's just like, and this little kid, he's a little dude. He's just like freaking the fuck out, like, "What's going on right now?" And I do miss that car. We had a lot of fun in that car.
Yeah. I do regret smashing it.
It wasn't even your fault that you got smashed. Took it to the wrong shop for a wheel bearing.
So I didn't take it to the shop for the wheelbarrow. I took it to the shop for fucking
Or the race to Denver
tires.
with wild dogs in that gym.
No.
Oh, God, yeah, I forgot about that. And fucking in high school, had a period before lunch off and raced to 16th Street and back before class started again just to get hot dogs.
That's back when you could make it to Denver and back in an hour and a half, though.
I was also doing 115, 120 all the way there.
My favorite story with
Too
that.
many cops now.
My favorite story with. Oh, there's too much traffic now.
That's it.
My favorite story is the one where we had Shane's fucking. We went to Cheyenne that one night.
Yeah, it was Grand Prix.
So we're at my dad's house, which is just north of Wellington,
Right.
and we're gonna go to Cheyenne to get Taco John's because that's where you go to Taco John's. It's so good up there. Like here, it sucks. There's amazing.
Yeah, there was one in London.
Yeah. But we at the time, his white Jetta and Shane's car was a white Grand Am, like 2003 Grand Am. And my brother and Shane get in the car, and me, Teddy, and Paul are in the Jetta, and we're following them to Cheyenne.
No, you were driving the Grand Am.
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, to Cheyenne, sorry.
To Cheyenne. And I remember like we're driving and like Shane and my brother are high as fuck. Like, and that's still Shane's MO, by the way. And he's also having a child soon too. He makes good money though, so he's doing okay. But he's there. I see them driving, and I'm like, they will not be driving back. They will not be. I will drive it back. So we get our food or whatever. I get in the Grand Am, and I go to Paul. I'm like, park it on the bumper. We're going to the speed limiter of the Grand Am. The speed limit of the Grand Am is about 130, 135. Yeah, he wants to go Johnson. That's fair. So Paul parks in the back, and we just kind of like ease up because his car did about 115, 120, like maxed out. It was as fast as it would go.
So it was geared for it. It wouldn't go anymore.
Yeah, it just didn't have enough power for it. It just couldn't go any faster. 2-point slow power. And so he parks it like real close to the bumper, probably like 6-8 inches off the back, and from about 100 miles an hour, and then we just creep it all the way to 130. And then I parked the fucking the cruise control on 130 because that was like right as it hit the speed limiter. So I didn't want to go like slow or faster. I just wanted it right there. So we're coming back, and we like
Sucking my ass while
so just like pulling
10 miles an hour faster than my car goes.
Yeah, just hauling ass. And then we go into the car exit on I-25, and then we see some headlights turn on.
And lights.
And lights. Roll down to the bottom, turned off. Because he was in Crown Vic. Crown Vics with a light bar can't do over 118, 120. So if we were in the Jetta, he might have caught us, but like doing 130, he couldn't catch us. But we know he called ahead because it always sat one there, and then they sat one on El Canyon. Now, if you were going to Fort Collins, that would have made sense, but we weren't going to Fort Collins. So we got off at Buckeye to go to my dad's house instead. And it was just like one of those like super fun scenarios where like
Wah, wah.
If we were just like a little bit slower, we would have fucked.
Potato Lays. Drool.
Yeah.
Taco Johnson. You guys are so cute. Are you guys like sitting next to each other and messaging? I love you guys.
But yeah, man, I've been pulled over doing some dumb shit for sure. And
Same.
Oh man.
But I got in trouble.
I got pulled over in the Envoy doing 105 and a 65 in Wyoming.
Fuck.
Didn't get a ticket. Not
Good
even
for
a
you.
warning.
Man.
I
What?
was
Have
going...
I ever told you that story, Travis?
Probably.
Ooh, spill it.
Alright. So we go up to South Dakota for a family reunion. And it's July 4th weekend. This is like, I think it's 2016. So on the way up there, we made it up there as fast as possible. Because like it was me, my brother-in-law, my sister, and one of my cousins who is a very nice lady.
You guys are so cute. I love that.
Who's a very nice lady, but very fucking annoying. So we go up there, and we make it up there in like record time. Like 3 hours and 45 minutes to fucking Leeds, South Dakota. Like it's the fastest I've ever gone up there,
Wow.
that kind of shit. Yeah, that's the story. So we do our thing up there. We're there for a couple days. But on July 4th, like I drive like my brother and my sister and one of my other cousins like around to like Crazy Horse and Mount Rushmore and whatever. And then like all of us were like, we don't want to be here anymore. Let's go home.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll drive some fucking more home. I'm fucking tired of driving, but I'll drive home. So we get on the road, and this is July 4th. There's a lot more traffic on the 4th, and like, so we're just like, it's a Friday, so I'm just fucking bombing by everybody. It's just foot to the floor. Truck speed limit of about 105, 106, and we're just flying by everything. I don't care. Like, we're passing cars 10 at a time. I don't give a shit. Like, we're just flying by everything. We're on between Lusk, Wyoming, and I-25. I can't remember what the road is called, but we're just blowing by cars again. It's a 65 mile an hour zone. I'm doing 105. Like, it's just wooded the whole way. So it gets like 17 miles an hour at that speed, though. It's pretty nice. So we're about to slow down to like, because we had to get on I-25. We crest over the last hill, like right before I need to slow down. Charger. Expedition. Fuck. Screwed. So I pull over, like we're like close enough like to I-25, like the gas station's right there. So we pull in the gas station. They're closed. It's like 11 p.m. I pull off enough that he can come to my door, but he still goes to the passenger seat. So license registration, hand it over. And he goes, why are you going so fast? And I just straight up said, I was like, because I'm fucking bored. Like, and he just wasn't expecting that. Like, it's not like a crazy like thing to hear or whatever, but like, he just like wasn't expecting it. So he was like trying not to giggle with it. He's just, okay. All right. So then I watch him in the mirror, like he's about halfway between his truck and my truck, and
My favorite part.
he stops, turns back around, goes back into the passenger window, and goes, "Mr. Ennis, like, would you just step out of the car? Like, I want to have a chat with you or whatever. Like, let's go back to my car and let's have a chat." And I was like, "Okay." So I get out, and he stops me, and at this point, I figure I'm getting a DUI checkpoint, or
Something.
since I have Colorado plates, like it's
Something.
right if it became legal here, that kind of shit. So I thought, like, I'm gonna get searched or something is gonna happen. He stops me behind the truck and he goes, "Is there, Mr. Ennis, is there any weapons like in the vehicle?" And we had gone shooting that week or whatever. So I was like, "Yes, there's some pistols." I pointed to where they were at or whatever.
Right.
And he goes, "No, like, is there like rockets and grenades and shit?" And I was all, "No." Like, he was
Don't
like,
mean to laugh, but
yeah.
no.
So he was like trying to be like funny in that scenario too. And then I was like, "Oh, we're vibing, we're good."
Yes.
So I get in his fucking truck, and as Douglas County, Wyoming, they don't have a ton of money for everything. So he's like, "I'm gonna call it on the radio." They never fucking answer, so we'll call on the phone if they don't answer. So calls on the radio, no response on the radio, which I think is kind of funny, to be honest, especially July 4th or whatever. Like, nobody's responding in dispatch. Odd. But so he calls on the phone. they read some stuff over, and at this point, like, I know it's real because they read off, like, when I broke my legs and all that shit. And he's like, okay. He's like, like, just slow it down. See you later. Like, literally, like,
What?
peace out. That was no, like, you shouldn't be going that fast. None of this is like, he's just like, once you get on I-25, we don't really care, but like on this road, just slow it down a little bit. And then he was like, see you later. So yeah, I got out of a 40-mile-an-hour over ticket with nothing, which is still not as fucking bad as this motherfucker. This motherfucker over here, right down the fucking street, basically from here.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. What'd you do?
Was it Halloween of
Yeah, it was
20?
Halloween.
Man, I don't even remember what year.
I
it
have
is.
no idea what year. In the Jedi again. I was going down Constitution.
It had to be like
With our buddy Greg's
2007 or
house.
8.
And that was doing like 65, 70 for a neighborhood.
Through a neighborhood?
It was
Was
on
it
Constitution
Oh, fuck.
on Halloween night.
Well, it was
Were
early.
kids
though.
triggered-
No,
it was
no,
early?
It was like before kids were out.
Oh, God. Thank God.
Yeah, I got pulled over, and the guy, instead of arresting me like he could have, because I was going well over double the speed there, escorted me home and told me I could not leave my house the rest of the night.
And then doesn't go talk to his parents.
That too.
Doesn't
Say shit. Oh, God. Stealth mode.
That had to be like 2007 or 8 too. That was really like that was still when Greg was around. So
Yeah, because I was going to his house.
yeah. So it would have to be.
All of that, all of the stuff we've done, I'm the only one that's ever been arrested.
What?
We should have been the time we got pulled over in your car though.
Which, oh, yeah. Yeah, speaking of, are there weapons in the car? Fucking douchebag.
What?
The whole thing is super shady with what happened. Like,
Yeah.
because like we had no way to really prove the car was ours, but like they couldn't prove that it wasn't.
Yeah. It wasn't good. It was like 2 weeks after I got arrested.
Yeah.
It was just bad situations together. Mind you, of all the stupid shit we done, when I got arrested, I hadn't actually done anything. Weirdly enough.
Yeah.
That was like the one thing I hadn't done.
I don't know, when the car got impounded, that was probably my favorite part about that. Cause, well, I guess when you got arrested when your mom couldn't drive your car,
So Johnny had to come move it.
had to move it down the street because it was like super close to your fucking house.
That was good.
I don't even remember why you got fucking arrested, to be perfectly honest. I know you got arrested.
Failure to appear at the court appearance you dropped me off at.
Oh.
And what did you do instead?
Huh?
What did you do instead?
No, I was at the court
What are
appearance.
you
Somebody
doing?
misfiled the paperwork and
Oh.
I saw it, so I thought I'd comment on
Oh
it.
my
Oh.
God. I was like, where'd you go? How'd you ditch that?
No, I didn't ditch it. Just someone fucking filed the paperwork wrong.
He went, and then they didn't have him on the docket for some fucking reason. That was what, yeah. They didn't
Yeah,
have-
that was it.
They didn't have you on the docket for whatever reason, but it was still the date that you were scheduled to go. So then, like, there was no reason for him to be there because he wasn't on the docket, but he was supposed to be there. Now, he was young enough that he probably didn't know this, but you still should probably ask. And not just be like, oh, it's not me today, and never again. But the car impounding was fucking hilarious. So we, what are you laughing at? Before we continue the
I just
story,
got rickrolled.
is that what that? I heard the sound.
Yeah. It was a link on Facebook about Baja Blast being removed from the Taco Bell menu,
I saw that.
and it just leads to that.
The
God
rickroll.
damn it.
So
I'm supposed to get mad.
we were leaving the shop one night. We were going to your
Yeah,
house.
it was at like 3.
It was very early in the morning. It was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And we had replaced all of the blinkers.
Well, no, I'd say on the car I had at the time, the relay,
Yeah.
I kicked out because my feet are so fucking big the night I had it. So we put a different relay in so the blinkers all blink real fast.
Yeah, it was a
But they all
solid
work.
state. blinker. So it was just fast blinking. So he thought the front light was out when he was behind us. The cop that pulled us over.
Because your blinkers speed up when one of the lights out.
Right.
None of them are out. They just all blinked really fast.
Oh,
but it looks
okay.
like there's one out, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So he was doing the I'm pulling you over scenario. Well, the cop that pulled us over was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in, at the time, it was right after we smashed the Jetta. And so he just got the Corrado, and there was like a weird thing with the title.
The guy was waiting to get the buy from was getting the title from the bank in Connecticut where he had the loan first.
Right.
So I had a couple weeks to wait or whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
but the Jetta was smashed, so he needed a car to drive, so he put the plates for the Jetta on.
Oh shit.
But it's the same.
It's
Well, okay, well, let's put it like this. It's a.
virtually the same car.
No, they're both Volkswagens, right?
Right.
The guy that arrested me 2 weeks prior didn't realize that the car wasn't registered.
Oh.
so
Didn't even notice.
yeah, so he
He was
didn't.
too preoccupied arresting me.
Yeah, so he didn't
Right.
give a shit about the car or whatever. But the registration for the Jetta was just Volkswagen, not Volkswagen Jetta.
Yeah, it was Volkswagen white.
Thank God.
Yeah, it was.
Corrado was red.
So the Corrado's wet, red.
shit.
So this is the fun part. This is where like the best friend
Someone's
scenario.
colorblind.
Yeah. So we get pulled over the shit, and the cop that pulls over was very nice, but he's like pretty new or something. Like he's very much like.
Not very.
Like about to let us go. We're like, oh look, the blinkers are good. Yeah.
Yeah.
The plates somewhat match. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then another sheriff's permit like deputy pulls up, and he's much more of a dickbag.
Clearly.
So he sees that it says white on the registration. The car is clearly red.
More pinkish.
Yeah, it was very faded, but like it's clearly red. So he's like, okay, these kids are fucktards. Like, fuck you guys. So he pulls out of the car and like they interview us separately.
Well, this is after we told him that we returned the car to its original color, and it was white when they got it.
But, because the mirror.
We said we painted it, and he checked behind the door jambs, which wouldn't necessarily be painted. And we're like, oh, we returned it to the original color.
Yeah, and so but one of the mirrors you could see white. It was a white previously, and someone had painted over it. So we're like, see, told you.
Yeah.
But
and
like
a handwritten bill of sale.
so when we said that, but then he like asked us separately. We told him the exact same lie.
That was
We totally
nothing
fabricated.
even remotely true,
Right.
and we just happened to say the same thing.
Thank you, Jesus.
Just happened to say the same.
Being
Yeah, and that whole thing like.
Yes. Well, but the gun thing was, he asked, "Do you have any weapons in the car?" And I go, "There's a pocket knife on the front seat." "I'm talking guns, asshole."
Yeah, he was a dick. So yeah, the knife. So he pulls out the knife or whatever, and he's all fucking. And then so like he was like, blah, 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 I want to fucking arrest you guys, but I have no fucking like right to because I can't fucking prove the blah, 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 all this shit. He's like, I'm gonna impound the car though. And then so we're like, oh shit, it's fucking again. It's like February. So why do we always get pulled over in February? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's cold as
It's cold as fuck. So I call my cousin, he lives in town. I love my cousin. He's a good dude. He's fucking annoying. If he's watching, which is very possible. But he comes and picks us up in his fucking 2-door long bed pickup. And all he wants to do is, he's a talker.
Yeah.
So he just wants to no, get back in the truck. We're just gonna fucking leave. It's 4:00 in the morning.
Let's go.
Don't worry about it. And so we're like trying not to discuss what we were doing anyways with him because we were just leaving. I came in the shop, I'm sure. But it was just shut up, Patrick. We don't need you to talk to the police officers right now.
just completely lied to.
That you,
Fucking now.
yeah.
Get in the truck. Don't get out.
Yeah, don't say shit.
Oh,
we
God.
just said the same lie some fucking how. I think the cop was like, I know you guys are lying, but you said the same thing, and I can't prove it.
I can't prove the car isn't yours, but I can't prove that it is, or you can't prove that it is, and the only thing I can do is impound the plates and impound the car. So the funny part about this, though, was I had gotten a call that day that the guy had gotten the title in.
Oh God.
And so, which is technically the next day,
Yeah.
when we got pulled over, right?
Right.
So he brings me the next day to go get the title from the kid.
Yeah, so it's
So the same
Still
day.
the same day.
We know the guys at the impound yard because the police here, at least at the time, I don't know if they do now, but they didn't have an impound yard, so they just used private towing companies. So we know them. They give me a free fucking VIN verification and basically just give me the car back. I take it over to the courthouse and get it registered. So technically, the car is registered on the day that we got pulled over.
So
I've got all this worked up, and 4 months go by or whatever, we're gonna have to go to court for display of fictitious plates, I think was the charge. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking argue this, and I get in the room with the ADA, and he's like, I've never heard this charge before. And he goes through the book. He's like, well, I've never charged anybody with this, and I'm not gonna start today. Just pay your $50 court fees and get out of here.
I was so prepared to
He's just like, get the fuck out of here.
You're like, I wore a suit for nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, we just happened to we would have broke the system again. It's like the only kid they ever get arrested at any of my parties got fucking off because they wrote the wrong date on it.
Right.
Oh my
Well, that
god.
was what I'm sure you heard. You were not at, but heard of the original shop party.
She was at that party
Were you
with
at that
everything I
party?
rolled at.
It was funny because they checked.
Oh, yeah. I brought my underage sister and her friend. They were very underage.
You were underage.
I was, but I was, but they were even more. Like there was me, and then there was them too.
So what's funny is the police talked to effectively outside of Dick, 3 people. One was our buddy who had a warrant and had issues, but they dated it wrong, so he got off the ticket run. The other 2 people were the 2 people they pulled over. One was Joel, who doesn't drink,
No.
and one was me, who wasn't drinking because I knew the fucking cops were gonna show up.
Right.
It's the only 2 people they stopped.
Wow.
Fucking Wingate drove across the damn field to LeMay.
Fucking Wingate!
And we all met back in the dark. Funnier part though.
Like this is.
Yeah, because it got shut down early.
It did
was
get
like
shut down
10:30, 11.
Oh yeah.
Funnier part though, that was the first time Hope ever came to hang out with me. And I got pulled over on my way back to the party after going to get more cups. Couldn't make it back to the party.
Oh man.
Because I went over to Walmart, got a shit ton of cups. My car was broken down, so I was driving my dad's car, which has literally nothing in it, right? I am going back down Link, and people are driving past me, flashing their lights, and I'm like, shit. So I pulled into the parking lot that's on the corner of Link and Duff.
Right.
Get out of my car. I look down. I see lights. I'm like, well, I'm out of here. I get back in my car, turn it up, and just get surrounded.
No.
Fuck. And so it was kind of a similar scenario where I was talking to the one guy who was cool, and then another dude shows up who's a fucking douche, like spitting tobacco at my feet. And, why do you need so many cups? I told you I was at the party. I'm just not drinking. Gave me a sobriety test. It's fucking February, and I don't have my coat. I left this party. I'm fucking shaking.
Yeah.
He's like, you're not very stable. I'm like, it's 20 degrees outside. I don't have a coat. Where's your coat? I left it at the fucking party.
Yes, you asshole! Could you just stop being a dick for like 5 minutes? Different case option. I will do
But
that
he
now.
finally goes, it's like, I can arrest you for trespassing. I can tell you we're going to park here and walk up there. I'm like, I was just checking this situation. Why should you get out of Dodge? I'm like, that's exactly what I was doing. I was turning around and leaving.
Sir, this is a Ford.
Sir, this is a Ford.
Sir, this is an 81 Honda. How dare you? That's one of my favorite movie quotes. Also because I drove 2 Hondas.
That's super nice. I was driving last Saturday. I was driving like down Vine, and like right at the stop sign, like by New Belgium, the 4-way stop, it was like the fenced yard or whatever. And there's like a super nice like 79 to 84 Honda Civic, like super fucking nice. And I was like, this is an 81 Honda.
That's a customer that needs help with one piece of shit Honda.
Oh my gosh. Remember when I drove my Prelude from I-25 to the hookah bar on a flat tire?
Yes, I do. I didn't need to
That was horrible.
destroyed ass wheel.
Destroyed it. Oh my god. It's an IPA, I think. Oh my gosh. That's
You probably
the
have the same
beer.
one I got.
Yeah.
I think so. Do you want to try it?
It tastes like an IPA.
One of my stupid pullover moments. I was going to work. Nikki G and I went up to Wolf's house for a party, and Nikki G and I smoked a shit ton of pot on our way there. My car was so thick. Like we stopped at Safeway outside of Wolf's house, and the smoke was so thick inside my car. We opened it up again to get back in the car from Safeway, just barreling out.
Yeah, so I don't know that IPA.
Then, later, the next day, my car still reeked. Still reeked. After like 12 hours of nothing.
It's got a little fruit to it.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's a different one than mine.
Like a citrus sort of fruit, not like peach.
Something?
Orange. It's just got a little bit of a fruitiness to it.
What were the options of what was in these cases?
Yeah.
We there was a milk stout.
Yeah.
Sure about that?
You tried this?
Yeah. Yeah, yours has like a fruitier finish to it.
You think?
Also,
It's got the...
It tastes like corn.
No.
Your mom tastes like corn.
mine.
It has a hoppy nose to it, but not a
Give that
hoppy
one
flavor
to
to it.
Paul. That one, mine might be that one.
Yours is lighter.
Yeah, that's the corn one.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's like ethanol.
My preschool students are obsessed with burping right now.
Burping?
Burping. We have lunch and they're just like, as soon as they can, they're just ready to burp. They're just like, and they're like,
how to force it yet?
they're working on it, and it's just so funny.
We love dick though.
Peanut butter milk stout.
Oh, dude, there's a freaking raspberry wheat.
There's a raspberry wheat.
What's the harvest lager?
We're just gonna open all of them until I get
So
that
I've
one.
got-
I had that on Saturday. Didn't
Peanut butter milk's over there. You must have the harvest, I'd imagine.
I think, yeah. Well, then you have the Hellas.
it's
Hello.
Not, it's not the raspberry for sure.
No, so you must
Because
have.
I've had that before.
You must have the harvest. I've got the Hellas. We all know what the stout is. I want this raspberry wheat. That sounds good.
That sounds so yum.
It's very tasty.
You're like, huh?
I want some more of that fucking pineapple guava shit.
Yeah, that shit was good. We were at, we had to wait when we picked up the duel yesterday for Evan. And we couldn't get a hold of Evan's girlfriend's dad because he left his phone on the counter. And was like, I'll be back in an hour or whatever to like carry. So we were like, fuck. So we're like, because we drove, it's in Longmont, so it's like a 45-minute drive there.
Didn't say anything. I was probably fucking there.
Well, I didn't think about what it was. It was just like, we had lunch.
We didn't plan on like staying.
Yeah,
there.
it
We
was
went
just
down,
a-
got sandwiches. We're in the paper truck and leave. You had an hour to kill. Luckily, we were at Red's Auto, and there's
Collision Brewery.
It was like right down the street.
Where's that at?
It's like on 119, like where the Chevy dealership is, like right behind it.
Oh, yeah.
So pretty cool place.
Yeah, the brewery was fucking dope, and and honestly, Reds was cool too. Honestly, too, as far as a
The what?
Reds auto.
Oh yeah, they had
Yeah.
a bunch of cool cars there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I got
But-
a couple stops on the way too.
Yeah. So we go over there, and like they had it was guava.
It was like
Pear.
a light beer finished with pineapple and guava juice.
Yeah, it was
Really good.
super good. Like
It
honestly,
was
worth.
almost kind of just like a beer mosa kind of taste. Like instead of they didn't put like the pineapple and guava flavor into the brew, it was like more
Right,
of a
it's
finishing tank.
More like a shandy.
Right. So it was. but
Yeah.
It was just like a heavy beer mosa. Kind of. It was really fucking good though.
I would say different.
Yeah,
Different.
The dangerous thing.
I have never actually been to Match Lab, so I can't say.
The dangerous thing I've been drinking recently is Bravazzi. So picture San Pellegrino Italian sodas.
I was gonna guess a Russian White Claw.
No. No, but it's so like San Pellegrino does the blood orange soda. It tastes identical to that, but it's alcoholic. It's really dangerous. It comes with blood orange, clementine, lemon, and something else that I can't think
We're
of.
down to drink that.
It's
As I'm drinking Bud Light
it's
Platinum.
risky. Like you can down those so quick.
It's whiskey.
No, it's
Oh, it's risky. Okay, got it.
risky.
There was hot rods at this brewery that we were at in Longmont. Like they had like a body shop on like the backside of it
Yeah,
or
it was
something.
kinda, like we were sitting out on the patio, and there was like a garage with an old freaking
There was a
Is
Firebird.
it a Firebird?
It's actually a very similar concept.
Yeah, that's what I told her yesterday when I stopped by at a beer over there too. I was like, it's pretty similar.
It was pretty cool.
They have food there though.
This cool little.
Travis, you would enjoy it.
Thanks. They had this nice. There was some sort of Porsche convertible there. They had a McLaren I kept looking at. They're just cool to look at. They look pretty neat. And then they had those. What are those Buicks? Or
Like a couple Grand Nationals turbo 3.8s.
Man, there was
with
for the
cheater
longest
slicks
time.
on them.
For the longest time on 17, just a little bit off of Maine.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Willis Americar for sale.
A what?
A Willis Americar.
Oh.
Like, looked fucking mint. And I actually was driving past as someone was buying it, and now I keep seeing it around town. But
Huh.
it's like fucking
What a
gorgeous,
weird
like,
car.
Sky blue.
Thank you.
And just like mint fucking condition. There's a lot of nice cars in Longmont. Like a lot.
Longmont does have a good car scene. It really does. There's a lot of weird cars just in northern Colorado in general, honestly, because like.
What?
This is a
You're
good
acting
one.
like a preschooler.
I
Yes.
I can't help it.
Growl.
Do that
You should hear some of the ones I had. What was that, 2 or 3 weeks ago on the podcast?
Wow.
When we were gaming. Like, so we're usually drinking when we're gaming, and I had like some of the wettest burps I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. They were.
They were gross.
Yeah, they were like much worse than like my normal like when I have like the stomach burps.
My boss has a 67. I told Roger if you want to buy it. It's pretty dope.
I mean, those Broncos are worth, if it's a 60s Bronco, they're worth all of the money. Like the money that I don't that I can't,
Unless he's
don't
an
have.
idiot and is listing it at something dumb, then
Yeah.
Teddy will buy it.
And he will then drive it into a house.
I need to have him on just for.
GoPros were a thing back then.
Oh mercy!
I mean, yeah, that was so long ago.
dollar.
Those Broncos, like the 60s Bronco, that's worth
For quite a bit of money for some shit.
a fucking chassis that's a hunk of garbage is worth $15,000.
No, it's not.
Yeah, they are.
15K.
They're pretty much worth the
Just
same.
put a confession. Put it like that.
Yeah, they're kind of like late 60s Camaros. They're kind of the same scenario. The people that want them,
$15,000 for just a fucking chassis with a shithole.
then you haven't looked at how much they're going for. They've been that much for like a while now. Miller Time knows it.
Yeah,
They're
the O2 Chevys were going for fucking $6,000
Yeah.
for a while, and now they don't.
yeah, but these are going up in value. They already went so at the
That's true, they
bottom.
already
They're,
went down. They're going
they're
down.
not going back down again.
Oh, they will eventually. Yeah.
I don't know.
How much is a car from like fucking 1920 worth?
The thing is, they don't have quite this nostalgia that like 50s and 60s
Nothing.
cars.
Nothing.
Okay.
Okay,
I-
nothing for one.
Well,
Okay.
depends.
So there's a difference with that scenario too. Is
Several differences, yeah.
I think that if you ever go to Pebble Beach Concourse for the fucking car show that they have every year, well, I don't know if they had it this year, but
Most of
Broncos went way up like 20 years ago, and again about 2000.
yeah, they're expensive. But there's some fucking cars that are worth way lots of money from 20s, 30s, 40s that like we don't even consider cars because we don't know about them really because they're not our thing. But there's plenty of people that are like 85 years old that can like their parents drove that shit and they have all this cash and they don't want to give it to their shitty kids and their shitty grandkids that they spend money on.
So
But-
it's not worth anything to like for normal people.
No, but there's
It's
people.
worth a lot to that 80-year-old person who really shouldn't be driving in the first place.
I agree.
What the fucking do?
But maybe not a hunk of junk, but a restored 20s cars?
Restored one, that's fine, but we were talking about a chassis.
I'm just saying
shit
right
box
now,
with a chassis
all
on it.
the lower boomer scenario, their cars that they could have they wanted when they were teenagers or 20 years old. Again, Camaros are the same way. they're worth, like late 60s Camaros are worth way more money than they ever should be.
60s was also just a good year for cars in general.
I think 60s were very good years for cars.
I mean,
Well, you talk to my
Mustangs,
dad,
Broncos,
trucks,
Camaros, pickups.
My dad always talks about his best friend growing up in Iowa had a 65 or 6 Mustang and tooling around in it, and it was, as far as they were concerned, it was a Honda Civic.
No, because it
They
was.
never thought it was going to be worth anything.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, the 60s was just a good year for cars.
Well, and you think about it like this way too, like, and I was actually discussing this with Kate the other day about these cars being worth so much. Is like, again, late 60s Camaros, they sold millions of those cars. And again, they were just another car. Now, there was some special ones that people were like, these are the fast versions, kind of like we have now. But like, then all those cars get crushed and go away and all this shit. And now there's only a few 100,000 left. And everybody wants one and all this shit. Especially there's a lot more people now too. Because I want a late 60s Camaro. I'm still pissed at my dad for getting rid of the one that I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After all the fucking effort we put through dragging that thing out of fucking yard.
Don't even get me started on my dad.
Not enough beers in the case.
Yeah. There
Not
is,
enough
but
beers.
I have no qualms just bitching about my people. Obviously. But I had the transmission out of the Envoy.
Oh, yeah?
I took it out a couple weeks ago when Evan was here. And then I took it apart yesterday. So I got to order some parts for it, and it might actually be a moving vehicle in like a week and a half.
Wow.
Nice.
The one in there is.
Oh, yeah. I have never seen so much metal in the case.
Like chunks.
Like,
Not like flakes, like chunks, little nuggets of metal.
yeah, like a lot. It looked like, you know, like when you see like those pictures of like gold miners when they're like peeling like chunks, and they're like, oh my god, it was like that. Because the guy that was like, that's gonna help me build it, he was like, I've never seen that blown up on the backside, and I was like, on a stock car, and I was like, oh no, the park didn't work. So definitely trash. So she sent me the. Oh, that thing is fucking nice.
Oh, dude, that's really nice.
Hannah.
Yeah, you can afford that. Totally.
Yeah, I totally afford that.
What's it listed at?
Yeah, again, that thing's probably worth.
A lot. That's a good shit.
I mean, it's not perfect.
On
Like
the outside, it's something.
it's not perfect, but it's a pretty nice unit. Like it's a.
I don't think there's anything that's 60 years old that's perfect.
Yeah, they're still worth lots. Like they're cool cars. Like I'd like to have one and put a fucking Coyote in it would be dope. But that's a stack of cash. Like there's no way. There's no fucking way. I'm driving a $300 Subaru right now. Like
Tell me the price. Hello, I'll ask
ask
him tomorrow.
him tomorrow. I'm sure I could find him a buyer though. I know a guy that likes to spend money on stupid shit.
Ooh, I want to know this guy. Maybe he'll sponsor my preschool. Buy me construction paper and
Maybe. He actually is like. I don't know how. Maybe he's got a lot of money. He's also got like a lot of like. He likes a
All
lot
I
of
need is
old
a fat
Jeeps.
gift card to the dollar store.
I mean, I could provide a pretty fat one to the dollar store. Just let me know when you need that.
Anytime.
Go on this shopping spree. The whole store costs $1,000. It's not that far out. What do you think about it, though?
Oh man. I spent $25 at the dollar store, and some people in line were like, "Oh, this bitch, like, spending money."
You can afford to shop at a real store.
No, he's got
I
like.
was just missing fake nails. That would have done it.
That would be pretty funny.
Hey, spending $25 at the dollar.
He's got like a ton of weird cars. He likes old like Jeeps, like Kaiser
Ooh, nice.
Kaiser Jeeps. So he's got like like probably like 40 or 45 at this point of like these like old Jeeps that like they get full restos and like all this shit. He's got like a fucking like Hummer H3 Alpha, which is super weird to have.
Okay. Excited
Yes.
for Hummer's return?
He's got a bunch of FJs and like
The eyebrow.
that kind of shit. He's got like 103s and 100s, like a bunch of shit. He's got like the biggest motorhome I've ever seen. It's a diesel pusher that's worth like $500,000. Like, dude's got stacks of cash.
Wow.
He's got like probably like 20 acres like in Timnath.
What?
Yeah. dude's and like yeah, he's got a whole barn that's literally just a dance hall with a bunch of rooms so his friends can get drunk and stay the night.
Oh my gosh, I like this guy. I want to dance. That's all I ever want to do.
Him and his friends are they're interesting. They're interesting. He's a very nice person for sure, but he's also not the easiest person to get along with either. But yeah, he's got like style. Again, like this might be a perfect vehicle for him because he likes.
You should
shit
call
like that.
him. I'll drop it off.
Fair.
I'll put on a nice
Hey,
dress.
you're not Nick. This is weird.
No, hi, I'm Sarah.
Want to dance?
Exactly what would happen. That's exactly what
Yeah,
happened.
he's a weird dude. Let me find some of his cars. I've taken plenty of pictures.
Do I know this person?
We worked on his shit forever and ever. All those old Jeeps and stuff like that we worked on.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He's got tons and tons of shit. Like, he also has like a couple like random like VW buses, and I'm like, what? Like, you like all like these like cool Jeeps and stuff, but like VW fucking Type 2? Why?
What's wrong with Type 2?
Nothing's wrong with that Type 2. It's just it doesn't fit the scene.
No, yeah.
Because like everything else is like Jeeps or FJs or that kind of shit. Like he doesn't have a bunch of
Dude,
like.
I saw the fucking mintest thing I have ever seen in my life
Yeah.
in Longmont. Guys fucking look. They had it on a trailer behind a RV in the parking lot of one of my stores. Like this thing looked like it rolled off the assembly line. It was crazy. Like those things are always rotted through.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. They're typically fucking complete garbage. But a lot of those cars, like...
I still want to throw a Porsche engine in one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, it might just disintegrate when
Yeah,
you
so like,
hit
this
the
is
accelerator.
one of those FJs. Yeah, like, what the fuck? So like, yeah, like super, like, full...
That was one of my
interior and
favorite
everything.
restos I did at my first job. It was one of those with
Nice.
the long back.
Oh, okay.
So it had, like the bus style seating in the back.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was so. It was like same color and everything. It was super freaking dope.
Let's see if we can find some more here.
Who handed this?
So like, I have no
I
idea.
handed it too.
So he's got a bunch of these Jeepsters. He really likes the Jeepsters, like the straight from the Kaiser stuff. This is one of his Renegades, and that thing is like unrestored mint. Super sweet. We're still like working on this fucking hunk of garbage, but remember I was telling you about the 3.8, the Buick 3.8 like thing that we're still looking at a Jeep? That was gonna be a Buick 3.8 tonight. He's got some other ones that might be in here. This is when my Instagram was not so great. This is one of his, and this thing is super nice. It's got like this is like one of his like full custom ones. Like the interior matches the exterior. So it's black and orange, and yeah, it's super
That's
sick.
my color scheme, man.
I don't think I got any. So like here's like the older FJ or the newer FJs, like one of those. He's got 5 or 6 of them. I actually need to bring you out to my dad's house because you haven't been out there yet either, and see all the ridiculous amounts of cars we fucking have out there.
insane.
Because my dad is also a hoarder. There's, my aunt's Pacers there. I really need to... I actually talked to her about it, too. I was like, I just need to, go out there and, buy tags and put my insurance on it and just drive it. Because it's perfectly drivable. It's got a 3 on the tree.
Surprised she doesn't have this stuff.
She technically sold it to my dad for $1, but, he didn't change the title or whatever. It's a 75 AMC Pacer. Like Wayne's World Pacer. That she bought brand new. Yeah, so part of that thing is my grandparents, my great grandparents owned an AMC dealership in the 60s and 70s. Wow. So my dad and all the his siblings are all.
Raspberry.
It's good.
I've had it before.
Call after.
But they're all way too into fucking AMCs.
Okay.
And that kind of shit. So my dad has he's got to be almost at 30 at this point.
I was gonna say last time I saw the collection.
Because he bought a Hornet in the spring that he was gonna drive around, and then he decided he didn't want to drive that one around, so he bought a car he was trying to buy when he bought the Hornet, but then got sold and then got lit on fire, and then he bought it after it got lit on fire. And now he's doing a bunch of shit to that. So so it's it's an ambassador the one that he had when he was a kid, which he still has that car too. And then we have so there's those 2 ambassadors, 2 Rebel machines. We have 6 60s, 8 to 70 Javelins. I think there's 6 or 7 of those.
Scrambler.
There's a Scrambler.
That's like a machine.
Yep. There's the Matador. That's the James Bond Matador, the same one was in Tomorrow Never Dies?
No.
Or no. No, that's not right.
Do you say gold member?
No.
No.
No, it's so...
It's the gold color.
Yeah.
I was
But it was... The same car was in...
Man with the golden gun.
Man with the Golden Gun. Correct.
The flying one.
There's 3 Hornets. The Pacer. What? No. The Mavericks are Ford anyways. The Hornets are pretty similar to Mavericks. There's 3 AMXs. There's 2 of the early, 1 of the big body style. There's the... What is the fucking... The Marlin?
Sorry, that's what I was... Marlin.
You're thinking of the Marlin. Okay.
I said Maverick. Starts with that.
Because he sold the Nova, though.
I'll be
The
back.
Nova got sold. I think that might be it. But I'm not 100% positive. Because there's a bunch of random bullshit out there. My car's out there. My Mustang's out there.
I'm sure it's seeping tranny fluid all over the place.
It's hopefully all gone. But
I'm sure there's still
when I
stains
redo
from
that
it.
one, lots of things are changing on that car. So when I have space, and my dad's actually I'm making rooms and stuff in the thing, and there's gonna be one for you can go out there and do your car. And I was like, good, because you don't need to do any more of your fucking cars. But yeah, he just bought that. He bought that Ambassador 2 months ago. I almost sent him a fucking Javelin, but I was like, I know he'll buy it. Yeah, exactly. He just likes all those cars, and I'm like, and they're all kind of a pain in the ass since they're an AMC.
Well, at least he's finally got a car to match those fucking Ambassador doors that we had to lug from one shop to the other.
He was talking about that, and it's not happening. He literally talked to me about this when I was there yesterday.
The doors?
Yeah. Or it was Wednesday when I was over there. He, literally was talking a bunch of shit. I was like, God. He's like, yeah, we did that, but they're all trash or whatever. So I'm just going to, fix these ones. He's got so much shit. There's so many engines. Instead of, keeping the one Ambassador that has, it has, no miles on it, it randomly got lit on fire, which sucks. But he's got a hood and all this shit for it. And then he was like, oh, yeah, I wanted a different gear ratio. So he, pulled a different rear end out that he has. Have somebody put different gear, one of his employees put different gears in it. And is going to put that in the car instead of the one that has, 50K on it and just leave it. Because it fucking matters. I don't know. It's just ridiculous. But he's an Ennis. He's a hoarder. Like one of my aunts. Like
AMC people are weird too. So.
well, and you're not wrong about that. AMC people are fucking weird. It's pretty much as weird as like MG people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those.
MG people are a little bit more eccentric, I think.
Yes.
I think like AMC people are. They're still like in that muscle car thing, but like I want to be slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that is nice about AMCs is no matter the size of the car, between the compact cars, the mid-sized cars, and all that stuff like back in the day, they're all the same. All the parts are the same. Like there's a couple like interior differences or whatever, but like in body panels, but they literally just take the platform and stretch them in weird ways. All the door handles are exactly the same. There's no difference between any of them. They're all exactly the same. The door latches, everything is the same. The rear ends are all the same. They just put different like widths of wheels and shit on, but they're all the same though. It's really weird.
My favorite thing is you see some cruising around in a nice AMC, particularly a Javelin. So. Oh, it's a sweet Camaro, dude.
Camaros are a big thing.
It pisses them off.
Torinos are the thing for ambassadors and rebels because they're pretty similar to Torinos.
It's
Or
funny how
Mopars.
much
They
how
call
much it freaks them out, though.
people that call them Mopars like, oh my god, because they got purchased by Chrysler in the 80s.
Right.
And if you call those cars Mopars, like Chris, oh my god,
Yeah.
Chris he's already like kind of an irritable person anyways, so
Yeah.
it's not a fucking Mopar,
Which is funny because he's a Mopar guy.
right? He is a Mopar guy.
I just refer to his car as the amazing Technicolor green car. It's got so many different color panels.
It's like my freaking Yoda, my old pickup truck.
Yeah.
It was like 5 different shades of red. Couldn't match. for
Well,
nothing.
that's because it's a Yoda, so it was just rusted out anyways.
My car has a unique paint job currently. It's black with white speckles.
Cute.
Why?
Because somebody dumped like, I don't know, 30 gallons of white paint on 287 and a truck in front of me with big knobbies went through and literally plastered my car with white paint.
Gross.
I got it off the metal for the most part. I had to sand the lights down.
Oh my god.
But all the plastic bumper trim and everything is still fucked.
Were you able to no insurance, anything, nothing?
There's no point of insurance on that one, to be honest.
Really?
My insurance wouldn't cover it, at least not with a big spike in rates. And I didn't know who did it, so there wasn't anything I could do about it.
Mm.
That's a real fun situation at fucking 5:30 in the morning, just all of a sudden just can't see through my windshield.
Oh my god.
Well, you just got custom trim now. It's okay. Just say it on purpose.
Look at Mr. Optimus.
I had it fixed, but I think the CV axle that's about to fucking self-destruct is a little bit more.
Why do you have these cars that have these fucking...
Nah, so I
How many miles are on this fucking, like...
I just broke 100. No, so what happened is I could tell that the alignment was a little off when I bought it. So I just waited until I ate through the set of really shitty tires that the dealership put on it. Went over to Les Schwab, got some new tires. They had to throw it on the rack, and they're like, we can't align it, like it's too far off. It might be frame damage, but history was clean. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. So I was like, fuck. So I took it over to Bear and all of them. And I think I had it for like 5 minutes. He comes back, he's like, it's not the alignment. It looks like someone curved the shit out of the right side. So it's all bent, and the fucking CV axle's wearing against something. And, just haven't gotten it fixed yet. But now it's to the point where if I'm accelerating, doesn't matter the speed, doesn't matter the route. If it's accelerating, I get fucking death wobble. I'm like, I should probably get this fixed.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Conveniently, there is a specialty Volvo place in Longmont on Main Street. So I just need to drop it off.
I mean, the parts for that should just basically be fucking...
Ford parts.
Yeah, there should just be Focus parts.
But I need to get the 100K service and all that shit anyway. So
Well, that's all weird shit for...
I drive past this place every fucking day, so I might as well just drop it and get that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just need to, actually do it.
You're bad about that.
It's better when you know what's wrong and like,
You don't ruin my new car again. It's fine.
just wait till it blows out and get towed to the place.
You've also had some like weird problems with cars too, like the Buick.
Oh, I absolutely have been weird car. Well, I mean, the Buick was sitting.
It just sat for too
It
long.
just started falling
I
apart.
love when I drove into that car.
That was hilarious.
Did I ever talk about the story?
I don't think so.
I only had the thing for like 8 months. It was in 2010-ish.
It would have been.
Yeah, right about 2010.
Yeah, it would have been. I
I
had
bought a
the.
91 Buick Regal that had 37,000 miles on it in 2010. Because I had finally given up on the Corrado and just needed something. It was like $1,200. It was the great grandmother's car. It had been sitting forever, so it was kind of mint, except for where she had dragged it down inside the garage when they decided she should stop driving. But,
It was overall a very nice
oh,
car.
it was in great condition, except everything started falling apart when I started driving it to the city. So like, the struts were fucked. It was like a fucking sofa going down the road.
They were sofas anyways going
They
on.
were already sofas. I put a fucking big ass fuzzy mustache on the front of it long before lift. But yeah, I had parallel parks in front of the fucking Nard.
Yeah, so at the time, I was driving
Tahoe, right?
a 99 Tahoe, and he had this 91 Buick. And they were both pretty nice for how cheap we paid for them, because I got the Tahoe for free, basically. And then it was sitting out front of the Narg, and it was nice. It was summertime or whatever. Everybody was sitting out front of the Narg, and I decided to parallel park in front of the Narg also, and there was nobody behind him. I was doing probably like 10 miles an hour, and I just drove into the back of it.
Pushed it like 5 feet. Oh, bam!
It made all of the noise.
Didn't do any damage.
No damage.
But I'm just sitting there like, God damn it, everybody starts freaking the fuck out. I'm just like, fucker.
Just smash, and I just get out laughing. Everyone's like, what are you doing? And I'm just laughing, and Paul's like, kind of laughing at the same time. This one's like... I think that was the same night that I pushed Christopher Williams out into the street.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was driving at the time. He had like a 91 or 92 Subaru Legacy, like that first gen.
This was like
And-
2011.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's turning left on the Laurel. He's going to turn left on the Laurel, leaving the Nard. Well, I left, shortly after, but I pulled up behind him, and I decided to bump him and then push him into the intersection. And all I see is Chris freaking out, like, what is going on? Because it was nighttime, so he couldn't see anything. It was just headlights pushing him out in the intersection. What the fuck is going on? Like, ah! And yeah, just pushing his car out there, and I just squealing tire, just pushed it hard. It was so fucking funny. So funny. I love the Tahoe because we just did dumb shit in that car. I jumped the median of Highway 34 and I-25. There's like that parking ride right there.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to go around to the light and then to turn left back on there. But like, I was running kind of late for what I was doing to pick my brother up the parking ride. So we went out the other way, the same way you go in. But instead of turning right and going to the light and come back around, I was just all, just fucking straight up jumped it. Just,
Yep.
I also almost rolled that bitch over when I was drunk as shit one night. I was out doing donuts in the field,
Yes.
and it's all muddy. It's just fucking rolling fucking mud over the top of it, and I hit the dry creek bed, and it was all, bloop, and I'm all, nope, I'm done. I'm done.
I mean, shit, we did that in your Harley truck, too.
Yeah, we did that in the
we
truck.
packed that thing so fucking full of ice in the rims. We got back on the road.
Yeah, that's happened a few times. So, I don't know if you would have been working at the NARG yet, but
Sure.
it was right around that same time frame. Oh, yeah, from the drive. So Eben one night we turned the corner, and he went front. So he went from the front seat to the back seat because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. And we turned nice and hard, and he fucking
Went.
But the Harley truck had 22s on it. It was a 2006 F-150 Harley Davidson edition, so it came factory with 22s on it. And it was really fun to do. It was street tires or whatever. Like, it was really fun to go out in the snow and do a bunch of donuts in it because it was loud as fuck for one, too. It was so loud. Like, it probably wasn't legal in, like, at Idle. It probably wasn't legal at Idle how loud it was. It was so loud. So it would be fun, like, just do donuts or whatever, or dumb shit in that truck. And, yeah, but if you ever did that, you had to, like, you would go drive away, and then you hit the brakes once. Well, then it would melt, like, all the snow that was in the wheels,
Right.
and then shove it to one side. And then when you drive, they'd be way out of balance. Just like,
Really?
shit. So they stop and like shovel out the fucking snow on the wheels, which is a really weird thing to do. Like, it's,
Yeah, 'cause I think the first time we figured this out, we were in the field behind the shop doing donuts and we were going to Ciara's house.
probably. Yeah, just fucking like, what is wrong with this shit? Right? What did I hit? Like, because nothing like, and they're like, oh. And just, okay, get all the fucking ice and snow out of it. That truck, I did a lot of dumb shit in that truck too. The dumbest thing I've ever done in my entire life was in that truck.
Which was?
I think I told when Evan was here, but I'll tell it again.
Yeah.
That's when we went to fucking Avon. So it was probably, I don't know, 2009 probably still. I don't know. There's so much dumb stuff in that like time frame. But we went to go to Avon, and it was for Poncelo's birthday and my birthday roughly, and we were having like it was during the Olympics, so it would have been 2008, 2009. No, it was Winter Olympics, 2010. And we go up there, and on the way there, like it starts blizzarding. You know, it's February.
Right.
It's normal. Whatever. Takes a long time to get there. So we get there like a little late for the Beer Olympics. But then me and Eben, it was me, Eben, Nikki G, and Kayla. And me and Eben wiped the floor with all of them. Just thrashed them. But in the process, we got very drunk.
No, oh, did you?
Like
I'm not surprised.
A couple
That
of
would never happen to me.
So surprised.
a couple of 30 racks down, some shots, some shit. Yeah.
Some shots
So-
and some shit.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul.
So
I can miss you.
So we decided to come back. It had blizzard all night.
Oh
And
my
for
God.
some reason,
Happy to see.
like they hadn't closed I-70, which I thought was crazy, especially driving back at like 4:30 in the morning. Like there's like 2 feet of snow on the ground. It's all fluffy, so it's not like
Right.
crazy.
Right.
But we start coming. We're coming back. Kayla like just passes out immediately. She's like, "I'm not doing this. This is
Yeah.
done." Nikki G's so high that he's like in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he would wake up to scare himself back to sleep.
Good call.
Because me and Evan had the windows like down a little bit, heat
Right.
cranked, jamming stereo, foot to the floor the whole way back. I think it took us an hour and 40 minutes to make it back from Avon in a blizzard. Yeah.
Oh man, I couldn't have done that.
Yeah,
in the
so
day
it's-
if I tried.
It's a full blizzard doing $1.05, $1.10, which seems to be my speed to do everything in.
All in, not at all.
Yeah.
All in, not at all.
So $1.05, $1.10, hammered as fuck. And me and Evan are having a ball. We're having such a good time, just drifting that bitch, fucking. Just, and again, the truck is loud as shit. I'm sure we're waking everybody up as we're going by, and the snow is just blowing like crazy. So fucking fun. Yeah, full send. But yeah, we're just having a ball, and we make it back. And again, Nikki G would wake up. Wait, what's going? Oh. And just,
I couldn't even count the number of times he screamed in that truck.
or the time that was we went to
Jerusalem Market.
we went to Jerusalem Market and Micro Center,
Yeah.
and we were in that truck, and again, just full wood through Denver, and like loud as shit. That one, like when we're like squared off the circle corner because we went through traffic as a square instead of like in a circle. We're at that fucking Prius driver. So we're going fast, and we're weaving lanes or whatever, and literally like pull in front of this like guy driving a Prius or whatever, and like there was probably like 1.5 inches of distance between the trailer hitch and his bumper, and dude didn't even slow down, just didn't even like bother. Like we just moved over and nothing, just was like
Smoking a pipe, like.
yeah, Nikki G's screaming. Lopo's going ape shit too. Because
That's-
that was the first time we like really experienced like when we were like doing really dumb shit.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Nick and G screaming when we came back from Fort Collins in that blizzard from Greeley.
Oh, yeah.
And you were driving your car, and I think I was driving his car.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because you had the Honda.
yeah, the Civic at the time.
Yeah.
And like, we're doing like 85 miles an hour down Highway 34 in a blizzard. Like, there's ice fucking going
Gosh,
crazy.
the east-west bound
Oh,
is always the
shit.
worst.
I just remembered the story with the fucking Joshes.
Yep. I was about to bring that up.
As a matter of fact.
So we're going to work. And we're in my...
We're in the Escort, blue
Yeah.
Escort.
So we're in my 93 Ford Escort. There should be more in there.
You want these ones?
Yeah, those ones.
Okay.
Make sure to put the flat side down.
Yes.
Yeah, so because we worked at the Spradley and Greeley.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
On like 47th Road it is.
Okay.
again, it's snowing, it's blizzardy,
It's bad.
like
bad.
super bad.
We're
And we're kind of late,
yeah, we're late. Yeah.
which is normal.
Carpooling and late.
Just standard procedure.
We,
Do you want a
yeah,
new bowl?
I'll make one here in a second. So we're going, and we're late. So we're trying to get there. But like, we were young enough that we didn't realize that like, when the snow's that bad, they're not going to give a shit. We're not selling cars anyways, because we're
Right.
selling cars. So we're just mobbing. We're going fast. I don't know how fast we're going, but like, we're passing people on the shoulder, like, and one of those people we passed were our coworkers.
Recent coworkers. Just
Yeah.
hired. We didn't know them that well.
Yeah, we didn't know them that well.
And we passed them on the shoulder.
We passed them on the shoulder.
Probably doing 100.
And
In a snowstorm.
and a 93 Ford Escort. and,
Love you guys. So good.
and what's funny is both their names are Josh, and they've been best friends for like ever and ever. And they're both named Josh.
The Josh.
Yeah, they're just the Joshes. One of them has definitely commented on the podcast before. His name's
Okay.
Josh Bell, but
The belly?
yeah, Mr. Bell. But like, so we get there, and you know, obviously we're just like, it's normal for us. We just whatever.
Yeah, we got there
And-
more or less the time.
Yeah. Well, they roll in like 20 minutes later. We passed them like going under 10th. like basically like at the circle right there on 34. And yeah, they come in like 20 minutes later after we get there because it's like that bad. And I just remember like fucking Bell going, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And like these are kids, like they're not. I mean, I think they're both like 2 years older than I am, so they're not like they're like 24 or 25 at this time. You know, I'm 22. Paul's fucking 19. And yeah, so like none of us are like old, but they were like, "You guys are fucked." Like that's what I don't know what you're doing, but don't do that again. like whatever.
And you're like, well, I'm probably going to, but thank you.
Well, there was the time we were driving separately. We were both late. I was driving to Stop 93, and I was doing 150-ish down 34. Same place, right at the 10th Street business exit. A cop had somebody pulled over,
Oh shit.
and I didn't slow the fuck down at all. I
No.
just bombed and I parked in the street part of behind the building. And then he shows up like 20 minutes late. He's like, "Man, I was gonna get here on time, but there's like 6 cops over by 10th Street." I'm like, oops. What the fuck did you do?
Well,
We had a lot of fun at
I
that
was here
job.
earlier than you is all I have to say.
I still do that shit.
I also do that shit.
Well, it was just your buddy Nick, who lives with my coworker.
Oh yeah. Tron.
He just quit a few weeks ago. And so I'm like,
Oh, your coworker did.
yeah, it sucks. He's like my favorite person in the job. But he was like 45 minutes late like every day. And I'm like, fuck, now I'm the late guy. Because I'm 10 to 15 minutes every day.
Fuck, I'm that guy now.
But like, because we get assigned trainees as help, and like a couple of them figured it out pretty quick. And like, I'll be like, cool, let's meet at 6:30 at this store. Like, cool, so 7? You got it. Figured it out.
That's awesome.
There was another story I was gonna have in that realm, and what we're talking about.
I know the biggest scream I ever got out of Nikki G was in the Corrado.
Oh my
During,
god. Nikki G's scream.
I
Okay,
know.
I'm not gonna lie, like I kind of miss it.
Well, we had to.
Like,
I have the best scream story for him in general.
okay,
holy
well
shit,
spill
that
it.
guy, he screamed when
His
Johnny
face, like his whole
remember
face
when
was a
Johnny went to
scream.
take him out in Grimmy,
Oh
and
yeah.
he shifted into reverse
And you're
and lurched, and you hear. But no, I had we were going up to. It was late at night. We were going up to Horseshoe Mountain Park. I think there was a meteor shower or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
I was in the Corrado, and we went up the dam by the old stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we were coming down the hill across the South Dam, I fucking floored it. I get up to like 125 and I shut the lights off. And he just loses it. He screams and then stops because he can't breathe. Just dead. There it is.
I think my I have two favorite scream stories. The one was when we were working on a scooter, and I came around the corner on the scooter, standing up doing a wheelie on this 50cc Chinese scooter, and all I hear is "Wow!" He's like not even on it. That was like one of my favorite ones. The other one is me, him, and John went to go snowmobiling, and one of the snowmobiles decided it was like not good anymore. Like it was just like it had something wrong with it. So we had to like ride two up on our sleds with Nikki G's like, we're not gonna go 2 hours and like not go for at least a little while. So he rides with John for like the first like little bit, and then I put him on the back of mine, and this is the one that I broke my legs on, so it's like super fast. And we take him off. I take him off a fucking monster of a jump. And I just hear him scream, and then he smashes his helmet into my helmet. Like, "Don't take me out of there! Stop!"
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Man!
Oh, that kid was always just fucking
Screaming!
trying to be such a tough guy, and just not doing it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Man, did he grow because of you guys?
I don't know.
I think so. At least he grew a few hairs on his balls because of you guys.
Yeah, we can say that.
Pretty sure they showed him off to you that one.
Did you ever hear that story?
No.
The night you got tired of the small penis jokes.
Yeah.
No, I remember when a couple weeks ago y'all told me this.
Put it on the flat side.
Ah, shit. Sorry.
Jeez, I thought you used to be a professional.
We didn't have those ones. No, we did not have those ones. No, I know we had the
Fumari is one second.
we had like what was it? Nakla?
For a
No.
while,
No,
actually,
so
Fumari.
forever and ever you had the Fumaris.
The silver.
Yes.
These are the big ones.
Yep. Yep.
But I guess they would have had those ones after you.
After me.
stopped.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know that
They had
design
some
thing.
weird, and then they had the coconaras for quite a while.
Yes, Coconaras, yep, that's what it was. Nikki G. And that scream. That kid. Oh, no. Okay, so a couple weeks ago, y'all told me the story of when you were talking about. To top off, my accent comes back after like 3 beers, okay?
Yeah.
So just like, I'm trying to like curb it, but it's not happening.
The accent she got from like
Georgia,
like 10, 11 months.
Yes, yes, okay, so.
It's all good. I'm just part of my family's from Alabama.
Okay, so that's fine. All right, because I keep trying to like curb it, and I'm like, fuck, I can't talk.
I can pull some accent just as good as anybody else.
Okay, so you were talking about when you laughed. Like a couple weeks ago, he dropped his pants, and
Yeah.
you just like pointed and laughed at him for like ever.
Exactly.
No. I just know that you like died laughing looking at his dick.
There's a much larger.
That's all I know.
I mean, this was after years of torment. Years of torment.
Oh man.
So yes, after after many, many years of us like making fun just because like the Asian small chick joke, that was all it was.
Yeah.
Forever and ever.
Penis high.
So
That was a different story.
How you doing?
but
Good, I got the hiccups from one of those wings. Which is really fucking
When was the last time you saw a white horse?
weird. A white horse?
A white horse. Pure white.
I don't know.
You still hiccuping?
Not since you said it.
That's a new one. Apparently it works though.
so we're at the apparently it does work. I didn't just beat ass.
That's so fucking weird. I don't have them now.
You're welcome.
The fuck is the science behind that?
It's because hiccups are all mental.
Except for conties.
Except for the
And only a pickle would fix it.
pickle juice.
How are they mental?
You should be hypnotized not to have hiccups again. They're all mental. It's a mental scenario.
Mine just
There's
just
no
going
physical.
reaction.
There's no physical reason why your body does it.
So I eat something spicy, my body tells my brain to make me hiccup.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? That's so
There's
stupid.
no actual reason for your diaphragm to work in that motion.
Hold on, let's ask Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
Hiccups
Siri
real.
hates you.
Why do you hiccup?
Siri doesn't hiccup.
I don't know what you mean by. How about a web search for it?
Yeah, that was the point.
That was the point. Hey Siri. Why do we hiccup?
I found this on the web.
Okay, web.
Web.
WebMD, because it's probably going to tell you.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, cancer.
You hiccup because of cancer.
Alright, well, smoke this way. You're not hiccuping now.
It's so fucking weird, man.
He still haven't hiccuped.
Blew his fucking mind.
It worked out pretty well.
Man, I'd like to try that on content.
Yeah, I know. I would like to as well. We should
My
send
mom
this
has the worst ones I've ever heard in my life, including hers.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
She sounds like a fucking pterodactyl doing it.
Because we know what that sounds like.
We don't, but it's like, that's what we pretended to be.
Jurassic Park.
But so Nikki G, one night we were having just the standard. We're all at the shop or whatever. Johnny goes into the take a shower or whatever. Well, we're all there for whatever reason. Because it was John did. Yeah. So we're all sitting there, and Nikki G thinks it's gonna be funny to like go in there and fuck with him. So he goes in there, gets butt naked, and puts one of the safety helmets on. Tries to fuck with John. John's been living with me at this point for many years. So he doesn't give a shit. Whatever. So Nikki G comes out, butt naked, and comes up and like shakes his shit in front of me. All I can do is point and laugh. Because A, it's pretty small. B, this dude has got a bush that's out of control.
Oh my god.
So, like, not doing himself any favors here.
Watch this.
Yeah, people watch this. So, it's usually like, it reports low, and we have 7. So, there's probably...
Watch this.
Maybe. Oh, well.
If you do, I miss you.
If he's watching, he's watching. But I literally just point and laugh. Because there's nothing else I can do in this situation. You're going to put it in my face, and it's not like impressive or whatever, or normal.
Okay, time out. Like, rabbit hole. What would you do if it was impressive?
Give it a good old high five.
For him.
I actually don't know what I would do in that situation if it was
you were
like impressive.
If you were like, damn. Whoa, okay. Like,
Yeah, I'd be like, alright, good for you. I think that would be like the discussion we have. And then the dick jokes was like the small penis jokes would have stopped. This did not help. This does not help the small penis jokes. When you actually see it and you're like, ooh, I don't know what.
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm a prophet.
I have another story for that includes.
And ooh, I don't know what he would have done.
Oh, damn! What would you do if it wasn't president? Oh, I'd suck it, hands down. Like, no question.
You deserve a reward.
Thank you for gracing me with your presence. What can I do for you?
I have another
I didn't know I was
story.
friends with the god.
I have another story about Mickey G. Smokey. So he started dating this girl that I know.
That we all probably know.
Yes. She actually comments on the podcast every once in a while. But
Solid.
so one day we're making fun of Mickey G for this scenario again.
Surprise.
And she goes, "Oh, he's a grower, not a shower." And I was like, "Mm-mm." And I was like,
Don't
Like, girl, I
I
seen
hate
it.
that.
I seen that shit.
verbiage in general.
right?
There's not a single man that when they get hard, it gets smaller.
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone's a fucking grower. Period.
Thank you, science.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Doctor, when I get hard, it goes inside.
There's gotta be a weird medical condition though.
Yeah, I mean it's possible.
Maybe.
It's like, but
No, we're
so,
getting on transgender.
yeah.
No.
So
Jesus.
she for their short relationship they had was like, no, it works. It did it, all this shit. And then when they broke up, I was like, so about that dick, and she goes, not good.
Real short and sweet, just like that, like verbatim.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, I was just trying to work it out. It's fine. I was like, it's okay. Like, as long as he knows what he's doing. Well, I didn't ask.
No, man. Well,
Obviously, he does something okay because he's got like he's had a slew of girlfriends and things like that. So he's obviously doing something okay.
Follow the lights. Only have sex in the dark.
I use 3 fingers. I didn't tell you.
No, my dick's never been inside you. That was never me.
It's like an extra. I just wrap it up with like a paper towel. It's lube it like a lot.
Not a condom on, you can't tell.
I do it with my underwear on, but like not like just to add some girth to it.
I double up on my underwear.
I use like a fucking like sheep's like skin and then like condom on top. It's alright. It works out.
I made a custom leather sheath for my dick.
It's very nice if you want to see it.
It's very nice. Like it's custom.
Very nice in the winter.
Yeah.
It's got like a studded base.
Accurate lubrication makes it real nice.
It has like a little pouch for like a little lube on top of it.
Yeah, I have like a pocket lube behind
It has, like,
my
a
leather.
squeezer, like,
sheath.
add lube.
It's a pump action. You know how like people use that for
has, like,
for
a
your
little
like
extra-
arm for your pressure, your blood pressure?
Yeah.
Like I got that for my dick.
Fuck. Yeah, I got that from my dick.
You're welcome. I'll send you my Etsy.
Selling like hotcakes.
Nationwide.
Speaking of Etsy,
Nationwide.
which is a really weird segue. But, like 2 days ago, a little like paper postcard that was from Etsy, like from a store on Etsy, that all it said that had the link.
I have one upstairs.
Are you talking about the dress thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one too.
I got
The dolls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, you gotta see this thing. It's really fucking weird.
Creepy as fuck.
No, it's not creepy. It's just it's kind of creepy, I guess. I don't know.
Doll
There's no-
dresses for 2 grown men in their 30s?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little creepy.
No, I saw that. I got
this
that
and I was
too.
like, what the fuck?
No, yeah, I saw
Yes.
that. Okay, I
have
threw
one.
it away immediately.
Yeah, like for
I think
18-inch dolls?
I think Hope threw
Yeah.
it away too, and I was like, this is weird.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I just I read it. I was like, what the fuck?
And like, there's
that
nothing
is.
on the back.
What
Yeah.
porn porn do you guys watch? Like, that's the real question.
I don't put my address in any
Who's
of this
got your
shit.
cookies attached to something?
It's so
Who's
fucking
tracking you?
Yeah, the one I got was blue. That's the only difference.
See, I didn't even notice it was
They
from Etsy.
ran.
I read this and
You
threw
read
it
the
away.
18-inch dolls?
I got a huge selection of 18-inch doll clothes. Okay.
But it's so fucking weird.
Oh my
I
God.
just assumed it
Yeah,
was
so
like,
it's just to everybody in Fort Collins.
Yeah, that's a very specific and random at the same time thing.
How expensive to send this many cards?
So,
I mean, I know somebody who would probably be very interested in that, but it's.
But yeah, it's like at Etsy.com, Joan K. and
So
Company.
if you ever want to see the creepiest house on the planet,
yeah.
some old family friends back in California, John and Sandy. Sandy is a doll collector,
Oh, okay.
and their entire house is lined with lighted display cases of dolls, like the big 18-inch dolls, including, because they're big Disney fags, they have actual clothing from Small World dolls on, like, not on the dolls, just the clothing, but like filled
And the
out with the
mannequin.
silhouette thing.
Yeah.
It's not the mannequin, just like the wires inside that make it to the right shape. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad I wasn't the only person that got this. I got this
I got
as
that
well.
too.
Huh?
I wonder what
The
their sex
fuck?
life is like.
So weird.
It's paid from Loveland, Colorado, so somewhere in Loveland.
Yeah.
My,
see, I
so
thought it was
mailers,
fucking
okay, so those are like maybe like, what, like 65 cents a piece?
So the actual like making of this is probably only like 2 or 3 cents,
But
and then the mail is probably at this bulk rate it's probably about, I'd say 25 cents a piece, so probably 30
What?
cents. But
For an
again,
entire fucking city?
yeah,
And probably Loveland if it's based in Loveland.
yeah,
So to at least 2 cities, that's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
yeah, like lots of money for 18-inch doll clothes apparently.
Yeah, and like who the fuck is just like, oh, I've been.
And it's not like their store. Like you have to, like they don't have like their full thing. Go to Etsy, then search for this.
Yeah. Did you search
Yeah.
for it?
He did.
Weird. Why? I'm creeped out by these dolls,
Like
anyways.
doll clothes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's disturbing.
Ooh, I can't look at this. I'm a preschool teacher. I can't look at this. Oh man. Like that mama bear in me is like I'm gonna fucking kill someone. Like that's weird.
Yeah.
Do you have any
Like-
schools that really enjoy clothes for their 18-inch dolls?
They don't have 18-inch dolls. They're 18 inches themselves. So. No. Oh my god.
But yeah, I was like,
I don't know.
18-inch
I like how you were
Oh my
talking about
gosh.
this.
I know. Oh my god, that's terrifying.
funny.
I just
so
happened
weird.
to, I didn't throw it away, but
That is
Well,
so
I'm
funny.
glad-
You're like, oh my god, I have that. It's upstairs. Like, oh
yeah,
my
I'm
god.
glad I didn't fucking throw it
I
away
also
just for
got,
this.
I got a fantastic postcard about the imminent coming of Christ.
But I mean, like, I'm sure.
Except for that one, it's hilarious.
Somebody signed Amanda up for. There's that like.
I'm sure those
Place
are
from, like-
American Girl dolls, and that's why.
That's what a lot of
Yeah.
these people are buying them for.
American Girl dolls.
Yeah.
My sister had a bunch of those.
Yep. Those are super.
It's like
popular.
the Navigators or whatever, and like it's like this like super duper like Christian missionary place for like
That was odd.
teenagers and young
I know.
adults
I was like, what?
in like Colorado Springs, and they send like all sorts of shit. Amanda got signed up for it, and like, and she never like. She's like, you can just open it. I don't care, because like we don't know what it is, and like they send you like stamps and like all sorts of random bullshit, like coasters and like all this stuff, and like send us these donations. Like if you can send like these huge packages to people that do not care, like you got money to spend on not doing that.
But how are they going to get more people to just give them
I'm pretty sure the Bible talks about being a good steward. This is not qualifying.
No, and like they're like super, like they're like I wouldn't quite put them like Jehovah's Witnesses or like Mormons, that kind of stuff, but like
They're in a section.
they're
of
on that,
some
like,
oddness.
level.
Fair.
They're one door knock away from
Getting
that
blown up
level.
in the face.
yeah, like
They're
they're
sending the literature, but they're not personally delivering it.
yeah, and it's like when they send stuff, it's like a package. It gets a lot of stuff, and I'm like, that's not cheap to send to somebody that does not want it. Like,
Did you ever see that Jehovah's Witness Warzone meme?
Ooh, no. Do tell more.
Let's see if I can find it. My phone's about to die.
My favorite Jehovah's Witness incident was the one that went to the house on Worthington and knocked on the door, and Lopo answered wearing nothing but boxers.
Oh, I love Bobo.
And he got starts talking. He goes, "Oh, I've been hoping one of you would come by." And grabs his book and tears the page out of it and rolls a joint with it.
Every time they come to my house, I'm like, I don't think you want to have this discussion with me. And they're like, oh, but I do. And I was like, no, you don't.
Well, that was like a time at Edwards back, like way before I worked there, when there was it wasn't Jehovah's Witness, but it was one of the culty churches, and they realized who it was. I was just sitting there with tubes, and they realized who it was, or what group it was, based on their meeting night.
Yes.
It was like something specific. I don't remember what the group was, but they start asking Tubes questions, and Tubes is a very religious guy, and then they turn to me and like, "What about you? We'd like your opinion." And Tubes just looks at me and goes, "No."
Yeah. Like, I have no problem with people like doing what they do, like that kind of stuff, but like, don't try to push it on me because we're gonna have some problems. Like, not because like I'm gonna be like trying to turn you bad or whatever, but just because like
I don't want none of that.
I think about it differently, and that's kind of like what it is, and that's okay. And it's like, you don't want to get into this with me. This discussion's not good with me. I've had straight up Muslims question their own faith after talking to me.
As they should. As they should.
Yeah.
That just reminds me of the last time I was in a church, probably, for a wedding of some friends of Hope's, and there was like a really long line to get out because everybody was greeting and shaking hands, husband and wife, and I was just absentmindedly staring into the distance in the general direction of one of the holy water basins, and I was just like thinking, "Don't touch it, it'll burn you." Ironically, the wedding of one of my current bosses.
Random.
However that worked out.
It works out that way. I remember I was at one of my cousin's wedding at the Brainwash Church because she married the fucking preacher's son.
Ooh, which one is that?
That's the one that's like a
Something
mile and a
Drake.
half that way.
It's on Drake by the
Dunbar.
Yeah, Dunbar and no.
Yeah, Dunbar and Drake.
Okay.
Right
Yeah.
across from the parking lot.
Yep.
For the
Nearly everybody that like I've ever met that like went there I've not liked as a person,
Okay.
Likewise.
and they don't like
Nearly.
me.
Only one. But yeah.
Well, Kenny went there also and almost got like fully like domed too. Yeah.
That dude's still around?
Yeah. He still lives. So you remember his apartment?
By the movie theater.
Yeah. So he bought a condo right behind it, like literally right behind it.
She still have the goat?
Yep.
Of course he fucking does.
Yeah, it's only got like $80K on it
How?
because he doesn't go anywhere. I love Kenny though. He's such a nice boy. Like he's one of those like.
I said boys.
You know what I mean?
He's such a nice guy.
Exactly, like that like
Good
when your
Jewish
like
mother.
grandmother or your mom says like nice boy, like that kind of thing.
That is him.
That
He's
is
right.
Kenny.
He's right.
Yeah, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. Kenny's such like a nice dude, like all that kind of stuff. And I don't understand why he likes me and my family. Like we're all a little bit rambunctious and rowdy, and like he's so like not. He just isn't.
You know, like my sister is not. We're a lot alike, but totally different. And I'm definitely the like. And
Yeah.
she's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's not. But she, like, I would understand if I annoyed her, which I know I do. But like, I would understand if she didn't want to hang out with me. But she wants to hang out with me. She enjoys hanging out with me. And I get that some people who are more reserved enjoy that like fly on the wall observation
I don't
of the
have that
rowdy
problem. My
and
sister
crazy.
and I are the same person.
Yeah, you and Rachel are very, very similar.
She just went to the latest hurricane when they had to evacuate. She was in New Orleans.
Louisiana.
And conveniently
Hear
worked
that,
out, which
Louisiana?
she was going to already on vacation anyway, so she was going caving in Alabama.
Wow.
And let me see if I can find this thing. She sent some pictures. In particular, this one of her and her husband.
Oh,
And then what?
he looks much older than her.
Oh yeah, he's 30
Much
years
older.
old.
He's literally older than their mom.
She was same.
Same age.
But no, it works. Super nice guy.
As long as it works.
But she was like, yeah, I found evidence that we're related because that. exact same facial expression.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you and your sister are very, very similar.
This is hilarious.
They're
We are the
super
So great.
similar.
That is so
Which
funny.
is funny because we're quite a bit different from the rest of our family. So.
That's so funny.
Well, see, like I'm similar like that. Like me and my siblings are very similar in many, many ways. Me and Amanda are basically the same person. She's a little nicer than I am.
Yeah, she's more reserved.
Not anymore.
No, she's
Yeah.
forward. She's forward in her niceness.
Not anymore. She's very
Yeah, but
much.
she's gotten a lot less filtered over the
She's
years.
got a
Yeah.
lot more dick-like.
Yes. Very
Just
much.
teasing.
Well, yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. And it was only like 3 or 4 years ago that like really happened that way. Like,
Yeah.
because she was always like behind, like when nobody was around, it was very much the same as me.
Uh-huh.
And then like when people were around, it was very much like
Toned down.
toned down.
Sure.
And now it's no fucks, like almost all. She's still nicer than I am.
Love her.
Yeah, she's still nicer than I am by many ways. Like she'll still like deal with people's like things that she doesn't want to anymore. Like
Yeah.
whereas I will not anymore. Like if I want to help you out, I'll help you out. That kind of stuff. But like I don't have the energy anymore to like constantly do it. Whereas like she hasn't quite got to that point yet because she's right around the age that I learned that I need to like calm down on other people's shit. But like as far as like her humor goes, like everything else, it's almost boxed in.
Yeah.
So my siblings, but like Kenny's like again like very not that.
Sure.
He's very much like, and this is like even like back in the day, like he likes like playing video games or whatever. But when we're playing games, he won't play games. He'll like watch us play games, and I'm like, I have a controller for you. Like, play with us. He's all, nah. Like, he's like, and I'm like, because he doesn't want to like get to that our level when we're playing games or whatever.
Sure.
And that's just the
Where
way.
yelling, light Mountain Dew's on fire.
I'm only that way with like Mario.
Yeah.
Getting beaten in the head by a mostly empty poo-poo.
Me and Paul used to play. Me, Paul, and John and Teddy used to play games.
Yeah,
We haven't played.
we had a pretty good setup in my parents' basement back in the day.
That's so awesome.
And
You guys had
one
like the
night-
South Park thing,
One night
and
in
one of you guys
particular-
like shat and like
Not quite to that extent.
No,
And-
yeah.
no, but almost.
We'd go party and then come back or whatever.
We had Johnny set up on this ping pong table we had down there, and there's, I don't even know if it's around anymore, there was an energy drink company called Buku. They were like $2 and they were like bigger than 24 ounces. And I said something that pissed him off, and he threw what he thought was an empty can at me. That hit me in the head.
No, so you gotta start that with lighting because you lit the thing.
No, that was why I lit the can on.
Oh, okay.
He beats me in the head with this fucking Buku and then gets energy drink all over the place. So I grabbed the closest thing they have, which is canned air. Johnny.
And this is before they added the deterrent to it.
Yeah. Johnny's Mountain Dew fanatic. He's got one of the big ass bottles of Mountain Dew. Sit next to him. I turn this thing upside down and I fucking freeze it. And I'm like, fuck it. And I lit it on fire. So the whole fucking Mountain Dew goes on fire.
I love it. Oh my god.
Yeah, we've been clowns for a very long time.
Good.
we had a podcast with like me and him basically a couple weeks ago, and like he couldn't go home, so he was not allowed to go home. He had to stay here.
I wasn't allowed to go home.
So he brought his computer. No, it was his sister-in-law was in town. It was like
Yeah,
they
there
were
was
like
a
hanging
girls'
out.
night, so you can't come home. Take your computer and stay at Dick's house. So, okay.
So we get
Damn.
we
I'm so bummed.
fucking thrashed. It was like
Okay,
I didn't let him go to bed
apologize
till like
tonight.
5:30 in the morning. I'm still like
So
kind of
mad
like
about
amped,
it.
but he's like, we're just fucking drunk.
I'm starting to
as
fade
shit.
hard.
We're playing games and like I'm just like basically just carrying him all the way through, like not even like he's just like following me around basically, and I was like, "Brr," and we just had a ball of a time.
That's a good
Still,
time.
I want to have like an actual LAN party soon. Not like bring your computer, like especially now that you have Fridays and Saturdays off, Saturdays, Sundays, but nights.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever had weekends off.
What? Wow.
Like I
good
usually
for
have
you.
a weekend day and
And yeah. Oh, I'm so happy
and I
for
did
you.
that when I first started my job, and then I now have real days.
What are you doing now?
Selling beer.
Nice. Are you loving it?
It's good.
Good. Good.
So yeah, I'd like to have a LAN party,
Lots of beer.
a
We're
real
doing
LAN
very
party
well during
soon.
COVID.
Good. I'm sure you have. That's so
Got
good.
busier.
Good. Gosh, I love that. I love that in spite of COVID, that a lot of people are still doing well. Like, that's big.
Yeah.
Do it well because of it. Especially because I do, we're the largest beer distributor in northern Colorado. So I do grocery stores. Specifically in Walmart.
Oh,
I have all the
nice.
accounts down there. So grocery stores just went like off the fucking chain.
And I'm sure they did, yeah. Because they got that whole click list thing. Like the thing.
So that's kind of weird in the Kings anyway, which is our biggest accounts for the most part. They don't do alcohol over this.
Oh, they
That makes
don't.
sense.
That makes sense.
Walmart does though.
Oh, I like
Well,
Walmart.
you can also shop in your underwear at Walmart.
Yeah, you can shop in whatever you want at
So,
Walmart.
really give a fuck if a 14-year-old hops online and orders beer.
I'm a little worried about one of my Walmarts because they don't do the list, and they're about to in November, and they are one of the top 25 in the country for beer sales without doing it. I'm like, this is gonna get interesting because we're out of like everything right now. I don't even know how the fuck you found that. To be quite
This?
honest. Yeah.
I think it was the last one at.
Yeah.
Dude, we've had so many problems with fucking mics.
Yeah.
Just because they also make White Claw,
Oh, it's the same company?
so they're putting all their
Oh, I didn't know that they were the
resources
same company.
into that, yeah.
Wait, who, what?
The
make
company
White-
that makes mics also makes White Claw.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't know that at all.
recently?
But that.
No,
Or it's always been that
no,
way?
no. But then it's the same thing with Truly. Truly is Sam. So all of a sudden we can't get any Sam Adams products because they're just making fucking Truly.
You gotta do your thing, I guess.
Wow.
I have like every major seltzer brand. It's fucking insane.
I bet. I bet. I've got a friend, a well-known archer that did a YouTube thing as soon as the virus hit. Like, he did a YouTube of all the seltzers, and he was like tasting and testing all the seltzers on Instagram, YouTube, and all that stuff. And he got sponsors and all kinds of shit just from him shit talking and trying all the seltzers. Motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
It's funny because
but he's all like picky. He's like, I'll give this about a 5 on a seltzer.
well, it hurts me because for the most part they all make the same flavors,
I know.
with the exception being Oscar Blues with Wild
Really?
Basin.
Wild
Particularly,
Basin.
they just released their cocktails.
Yep.
And it's like, what the fuck did you guys do? Did you put just flavors on a wall and throw darts? Be like, habanero, mango, fucking pina colada. Fuck it. And they did.
And
I
it
mean,
worked.
Yeah, there's like a cactus lime something.
Yeah,
There's like
they're actually really good.
They're
They are
really
really
good.
good.
Wild
Yeah, so I
Basin
gotta
is
watch
what I hear is that people like
But
a
the
lot.
new one in particular, the cocktails, they had one which was like bitter melon, and it was strange. I don't know that I would drink a lot of it, but like, you know how when you take your first sip of a really sour beer and you get the feeling in your jaw,
Yeah.
which I like, because I like sour beers, but the bitter melon is like that, except every drink you take.
Oh.
It's like, whoa, but it's not unpleasant. It tastes
Right.
good.
Okay.
And it's just kind of strange.
I think
I need to
that's,
get Mira that because she loves sours.
Yeah.
Mira needs that. Mira.
her friend Mira. That.
She guested on here.
Yeah, she was here like 3 weeks ago,
Something like that.
4 weeks ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a while now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the first time I met this person, like she had like added me on like Facebook or whatever, like to watch it because that's where she had it
Yeah.
at.
Right.
And then like, yeah, just like showed up and I was like, and she's like, you like sour beers? So I bought some sour beers. I was like, most 22-year-old girls don't like sour beers.
Oh yeah. No, she's on that like passport thing. She does all that stuff and
I love sours.
yeah.
Yeah,
she's,
sour's
she's
the
a
jam.
sour thing. Yeah, for sure.
Sour's are the jam.
So when
for
you
sure.
guys have good recs for sours, let me know.
I've been jamming on the Dogfish Head Rain Fart.
That's
Oh,
a weird.
good
That's a
flavor.
weird name.
Which honestly might be a name for one of their drinks because it's Dogfish Head.
My preschoolers are also pretty obsessed with farts right now.
Yeah.
they're like,
The
they're
cucumber
all
sour's always been
That's,
good.
yeah, the sequence. It's the cucumber, lime, and sea salt.
Wait, there's that one
fresh.
cucumber
Fantastic.
sour
I was
that we always get. It's
That's
just
from
the-
10 Barrel
Yeah, in the white cans. That one's always good.
Crush.
What is it? Woven Aleworks has that raspberry sour.
Their
It's
their
really
raspberry
fucking
sour is
good.
pretty damn good.
of course, it's the classic Funkworks.
I can't deal with too much of that sour, cause then like
See, that's why the
that jaw thing. I
that's
get
why
like
I like the
ugh.
sequence because it's sour, but it's also like the most refreshing fucking beer on the planet.
Really okay.
I just buy the big in a tall boys because I don't necessarily want to buy 24 at a time. If I get it for work, I have to get a case in it,
Yeah.
and then I can also be like, oh, I only had 2 of them.
That's so good.
Yeah,
They're 20 ounces. They're 20 ounces.
It's
I only had
almost
two, but
20
who's
It's okay,
counting?
It's only 2. It's only 2.
I can't believe your hiccup stopped. That was great.
That was fantastic.
So fucking weird.
He was not prepared for that to be
No.
a thing.
It was either that or you had to chug pickle juice, man.
Yeah, one or the
I'm
other.
fine with that. I like pickle juice. I want a pickle shot now.
I'll have to buy some more pickle shots soon.
The only time I blacked out was pickle shots.
I love pickle shots.
And
The
I
only
mixed,
time you blacked out?
yeah.
Like,
I didn't ever black out with you guys ever, even though I had like 60 days of straight partying when I turned 21.
I mean, this happened to me, but just a very rare occasion.
Yeah, I black out more than I ever used to, but like it's still pretty rare.
Well, it was
especially-
super recent. It was really so. The friend that I had that passed away on Horsetooth, went to his party after the memorial service. We went to one of the local breweries and then had a bunch of pickle shots because they also have a distillery, and then came back. And then I remember pouring whiskey shots. And then apparently now my nickname is Shots with all those people. I'm invited back. I'm invited back. I woke up in my bed. I thought my car was stolen. Like, turns out someone drove me home. I called my parents because I was like,
The last time I blacked out, I was with you actually.
Me?
It was when Evan was here.
Oh, you did?
It was that Wednesday that we went to
Yeah.
Autopilot.
I didn't know that that's where you were at. I wouldn't have let you left.
I
Went to where?
we went to Autopilot
You
and
shouldn't
then we went to William
have.
Wallace. I was not
Someone told me that you left, and I was mad.
I
so
was
I want
not-
you to know, Dick. I have a bone to pick.
Stop for a second real quick. I did not have a conversation in that matter because I was blacked out. And I just left.
Yeah, you were like, I'm gone.
I didn't know that because otherwise I would have been like, no. So and that's what I told like Evan the next day. I was like, whoever let me leave should not. Like, we didn't know you just left. And I was like,
You literally just up and left.
which is not something that I normally do.
No.
Either. So
No.
I was very confused by that.
So
scenario.
good to know. If you ever pull that bullshit, I'll just
Hit
like,
me.
I'll,
No, please.
I will.
Please.
I will go fucking spider monkey
Yeah,
because I'm good at that.
please, because that's not what I'm about either. I'm not about that either. So I was
know,
like,
but if I have to go spider
when I woke up, I was like, why am I home?
oh, shit.
Why am I home? Like, how did I get here? Like,
Oh no.
because like I'm pretty good about sleeping
Right.
wherever. Like, that's
Right.
never an issue for me.
Right.
Like, so I was just like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, like we didn't know you left, and I was like, I didn't know I left. So,
Yeah, see, luckily the last time I did that, it was
Yeah,
just
okay,
when I
so
didn't
no more.
answer for you the next day was party out in Windsor, and I Ubered out there, and somebody drove me home. Luckily, I was like snippets. I remember the beginning of the night. I vaguely remember puking a little bit, and then I remember one of my coworkers drove me home, and I remember who it was. And apparently, I recall that we were carrying on a conversation, so I was more lucid than I should have been, and I was able to direct him to my house.
Oh, that's good.
And then the next day, the signs were there. I didn't go to sleep when I got home. I was up for hours. I watched like a few episodes of TV. I fed the cats. I made a hookah. I did like all this shit. And I'm like, and then I woke up still a little bit fucked up. And luckily it was my slow day. So I was like, oh, I'm going to be hungover like halfway through my day. I'll just take a couple pills now. So I just took a couple of like migraine pills. And I never got a headache. Might have suffered a series of heart attacks throughout the day. But it's funny because there's like a standing, me and the guy who quit, where we always met up at the Chiba Hut in Longmont
Yeah.
that day of the week, and like none of us even reached down. It was just like,
Nope. Oh my god, that's funny.
but yeah, like I definitely like. I don't ever plan on that scenario. It's very rare
No.
that it happens. So it was
I'm
like,
glad you don't
and like
plan.
I'm the person like if I am fucked up, I'll fucking get a ride. That's not
Right.
a problem anymore.
Right.
Or fucking walk or whatever it is.
Right. Good.
But yeah, that was one of those nights where I was like, I woke up the next morning like, ooh,
yeah.
ooh, and like I was still chipper the next day. I was still good to go. Like Honestly, the last like few months, like my average sleep cycle's been like 2.5 hours. So like it makes it very much easier to be like really fucked up afterwards.
Yeah.
But, like-
I followed into that too.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's not. It's not.
especially when you have a boss that really likes to drink.
So yeah, it was one of those like, oh, I definitely fucked up here, and I don't think that I should have been doing that because I don't want to be doing that at all. Because I'm not that person anymore. Again, what's a lift? $8, $9. Don't drink and drive.
Well, from now on, there'll be a Z truck.
Wow.
Well, unless I'm there, don't call me. 'Cause
Yeah. Hey, why don't you get in your car?
Huh?
Do you work for Z-Trip now?
Gonna start.
That's funny.
Why?
My girlfriend worked for them for
Oh, really?
yeah, well, when they were Yellow Cab. And
Yeah.
they to Z-Trip and she quit last year.
Oh, really?
I'm sure they all still know her.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, she got new tires today and still used the discount version.
Might as well, honestly.
Okay.
But yeah. Just no drinking and driving. That's kind of the thing.
No,
Nope.
been there, done that.
Again, I wasn't part of the conversation.
I know you weren't.
Because I had no food, because we went to Autopint, which don't sell anything I can eat.
Yeah. Right, you tried to eat a salad or
So
something.
I ate a salad, which is basically just
Nothing.
lettuce and fucking salad dressing there. There's nothing else in
So
it.
no calories.
Yeah, nothing. And yeah, that's all I ate
They don't do
for...
a cheeseless pizza for you?
Nope. So yeah, I had nothing for like 13 hours, and then
That's a bad idea.
got involved with the Charles shot train.
Well, yeah. His all nonchalant, like, I'm just gonna keep pouring Jamie. Just nonchalant, like,
Yeah. So when you don't eat for like 13 hours, and that's the shot train comes.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened to me.
Yeah. Well, and I had like what?
It was a combination of a shit ton of seltzers, which I've never done before. Way too many shots. Not eating and sleep deprivation.
Yeah, the shot train. Yeah, I remember like the
I took a
next day.
selfie. I've never taken a selfie in my life.
Yeah, that's it.
I didn't find it until 3 days later. It was me and one of my coworkers. I was like, like you could tell from the picture that I blacked out.
Yeah, I took one. That means I'm blacked out. Yeah, I messaged like his, Evan had stayed over at Charles' house, and I was like, hey, like, what's going on, boys? And he's all, we're hurting. And I was like, I don't remember, so I know you're hurting. Like, because if I'm like, and I worked that next day, like I just, did my work or whatever. But it was definitely like a.
Blacked out.
yeah.
Yeah. You were definitely you were just taking
This
the
was-
selfie.
this-
I also
was-
took a picture of the cat that was in there.
This was right before. This is literally right before I blacked out. Like, can you tell?
Yeah.
A little bit.
You
Little
got
bit.
the look. You got the look.
This is right before I blacked out.
You got that mischievous
Like
look on your
I
face.
pulled my phone out of my boot. I was like, okay, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on my way out of the house. I could just tell because I was upstairs.
This picture of me, and this picture of a cat. Don't know why.
But that was the guy responsible.
It happens. And that, again, those
Yeah,
work parties.
Knock off Kirkland fucking J-Mo. Yeah. Not good.
I don't like their liquor.
I don't.
I don't.
I keep trying to give away this bottle of scotch that somebody gave me.
Charles.
You forgot the cop.
I don't need a cough
he
on that
loves
one.
that shit.
He
Well,
loves
there was a night at his house.
anything Costco.
Yeah.
There was that night at his house where he busted out the vodka. I took a shot. I'm like, oh, that's not good. And he's like, yeah, this is Grey Goose. I'm like, Grey Goose isn't fucking good.
Oh my god. Remember Slurpees and Tiger and Grey Goose?
Oh my god. I have a story for this one too. Doesn't include the Slurpees, but when she worked at fucking Hookah House.
Yes.
back in the day. Yeah, I know you did because we had a cry
Yeah, you
session
did.
apparently.
Because I almost smashed my face. I smashed my skull into his nose.
That's what he was saying. I don't remember it. So
I don't know where you were at or if you were there
That's
still.
not the worst injury I've seen him incur while drunk. It
That's
was
what I
probably
hear.
while flipping over the fucking mailbox. We were at Tony's. We were super fucked up at Tony's. Surprise!
Surprise!
And
It's probably my fault.
Decided we wanted food, so we walked from Tony's to the old IHOP that's no longer with us. And
I wish that IHOP was
as we
still
were
here.
passing the thrift store across, well, not thrift store,
pawn shop.
pawn shop, thank you, across from the.
Broke my face.
I know, I'm sorry.
So we're passing the pawn shop across from the book farm, and he goes all crazy on the sign. Like fucking knocking letters off and shit. We get a little farther down the street, and there's a mailbox, and the two of them are trying to flip this fucker over. They're staked into the ground. They finally manage to, and fucking Evan slices up his leg with the stake from the mailbox. And then we go to pancakes.
There's
Wake
pictures
up.
afterwards too.
Wake up the next morning, and somebody's asleep on the ground and reaches into his pocket. And, why do I have an E in my pocket?
Because we stole it from the pawn
Waiting
shop.
for Evan.
We stole it from the pawn shop.
Pawn shop. Good night.
Oh man. Oh yeah, yep, sorry. Sorry, Evan, I didn't mean to break your face. That was an accident.
The amount of times that he and I have gotten like fucking like completely wrecked is like absurd. I mean, the same thing like me and Paul.
Yeah.
At this point, it's forever and ever. I remember like one time me and Evan, it was just me and Evan when I first started hanging with Evan. It's when he still lived with Andrew, like way back in the day, like 08, 09. And
Kurt plus Miller days.
oh, we haven't discussed that. We will not discuss that.
No, we better discuss that.
No, Evan, when he was here, was like, we will not be doing that.
No.
It was brought up where he was like, no. I'll tell you another
We'll leave that
time.
one alone for when the camera's around.
Yeah. But he and I like we were sitting on the back porch of that house, and we had way too much booze for two people. Way too many, like we had bottles or whatever, and we decided that we're gonna like. Yeah. Someday it'll come out. I'll get you there on camera because it's fucking hilarious.
Yup.
I hope to be there.
But
You're gonna be here in a couple weeks, and I still have moonshine, so it's a possibility.
Georgia moonshine.
It's right up there. You got. I just throw some moonshine and some peaches.
Nice.
Yeah.
Haven't had moonshine since.
Well, there's a jar right there.
Yeah, I got it right.
it'll come out. I'm not worried about it. We'll give it another 5 years. It'll be out.
E&G came back on leave, and he brought a whole bunch of moonshine in a fuck ton of Listerine bottles, which they didn't question why he had that much.
No, what was it?
Sat in the basement of our public poker smoke, you can take a moonshine shots on St. Patty's Day.
Happy.
Apple pie moonshine.
Love that. Okay, as you were saying.
Yeah, so like me and Emma first were hanging out, like
Shut your mouth. Yeah, you do.
I remember it, so that's all that matters.
You
But
got the fucking elephant over here who
yeah.
remembers everything.
always, even blacked out. I remember some of those blacked out apparently. But like this is when we learned that like you could get really drunk by putting booze in a hookah.
Oh.
And we put tequila and peppermint schnapps in the base. Delicious, by the way, but gets you real fucked up. And I remember like we were yelling at the neighbors because they were like, it was like a Tuesday or something, and they were like loud, and like we were just as loud with the two of us, like as we're getting all hammered on peppermint schnapps and fucking tequila in the fucking hookah base. But like we had so much booze, like that's been like we'll get fucked up enough that he'll tell this story at some point.
Excellent.
Yeah, we were fucked up. There was like,
That's a fucking pre-mixed Long Island iced tea with the Long Island iced tea shisha
Oh my god.
at the original track.
Yeah. It's so fun to get drunk off of hookahs like that scenario.
I've
like
never done that.
Yeah, it's like instant drunk, and then a few minutes later, sober.
Yeah. But like you're instantly drunk.
Yeah.
Like instantly, like
You know
hammered.
what we never did was an absinthe base with double apple bowl. We always talked about it, we never did
I
it.
remember you guys talking about that.
Well, I can make it happen.
We have a
Make that happen
podcast.
sometime.
Yeah, I'm down. Fuck it. Travis is like, I'm in.
I'm in.
Yep.
Well, shit. I'll make sure I have an Uber.
Yeah. We can make it happen for sure. For sure. Yeah, it's a different kind of drunk for sure. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah,
It's like instant, but like again, like you're instantly out of it too, because it's like it's a really weird
Yeah,
feeling.
it's just the fumes. It's strange.
So it's there and gone, there and gone, there and gone.
Well, me and Paul have been fucking hammered a lot too together, because again, like I've known you now for, and we're getting real close to that 20 years at this point. It's getting close.
Wow, that's awesome.
Special Smokey hookah.
Oh.
Yeah, because you're gonna drive this fucking 1-ton dually back to fucking Maine. Ugh.
You're gonna have to wait a couple days. I don't think any of us will be sorry either.
I had to put gas in it, so for some reason, like I get into it and I start driving it. It has like everything except for like the speedometer is set to only miles an hour, but like everything else is set to like Celsius and kilometers for some fucking reason. And so it's like 80 kilometers to empty, and I'm like, oh, that should be enough. It's like, like 50 miles or like, pretty close. It didn't make it. Like I had to like stop and get gas, and that motherfucker goes like, as a gasser, dually. Why? Bad mileage. Like, plus me driving it too.
Yeah, but still, it's only 30 miles.
Yeah. Well,
I drive it every day.
I know, but it didn't make it. So stop for the beer run.
Although I have noticed that I get much better mileage with a fucked up CV axle because I'm trying to be nice to it. I'm not fucking foot to the floor.
Imagine that. Oh, I was gonna tell you this too. So like when I pulled that, the transmission part this week on my Envoy, the guy that helped me pull it apart, like I've talked to him on the phone a couple times or whatever, and I've known him for a very, very long time. But he was like, yeah, like I was like, yeah, like I'm pretty sure like the transmission that I pulled out of there, like the sun gears are blown up and all this shit. He's like, I've never seen a stock truck do that. There's no way that you blew it up. Well, like I said, I pulled it out there and there's chunks of fucking shit. And he was like, yeah, like, people take care of it. Like, obviously that this thing made it 270,000 miles. Like, you were not driving it crazy or whatever. I was like,
All the beer weighed it down.
I was all, no. Like, my Envoy, I'm an Ennis. I drive like a fucking maniac. That's just the way it works. It's the way it is. It was not babied. The previous owner didn't baby it either. It always had something there and it was like, what do you mean? I was like, no, like I've had like 6 people in there doing donuts and burnouts and all this shit in his hole. And it lasted to 270K and I was all, yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, it was not babied by any means. It was definitely, it wasn't abused, but it was definitely used very heavily and mildly on the abuse side.
So I'm pretty sure a full car with donuts and burnouts is kind of on the abuse side.
Yeah, on a 4L68, definitely. Yeah. A transmission that normally goes at 150K. I'm like, we were living on borrowed time for a long time.
yeah.
Yeah. Hilarious. But he was like, when he looked at me like that, he was all, oh. There's a reason why it's fucking full of metal. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the times I had a helper at work, and he was apparently not using GPS to find my stores and was actually following me, but failed to tell me that he was following me, so I was just driving like I normally did. And we get to one of my sons, just like, you drive like a fucking maniac. I'm like, what? He's like, I was trying to follow you. I'm like, you should have told me. Like, if I knew you were following me, I would not be doing 15 over the speed limit and running red lights. But you gotta get used to that and keep up with me. And then one time we get somewhere, he's like, that's the nicest I've ever seen you drive. I'm like, yeah, I was on the phone with my boss, so I was distracted. So I was actually following the rules. Like, so it's like my buddy Dick always says, he'd rather me be doing 100 down college than doing the speed limit because he knows I'm paying attention.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
If I'm not paying attention, I drive the speed limit.
Yeah, I'd much rather like be in a car with someone that's going excessive because I know they're
actively paid attention to.
Except for Jack.
Well, yeah. That's because he's not paying attention and going crazy.
Yeah.
And almost rolling the fucking car in a
Dude, that
Taco John's in Cheyenne.
What?
Oh, dude. Jack and his brother are.
With Jack or Broseph.
Oh my god, it is.
So I've rode with my brother, and my brother is terrifying. Like, also very, very confident in his terrifyingness. So it's a recipe for disaster, and it's amazing he's alive. So, but like going easy over 100, doing switchbacks in the mountains. That's my brother.
But if he doesn't have the skills to back it up, yeah.
Well, it kind of depends.
Like that we grew up racing dirt bikes, and so like
the fear is not there.
There's no fear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember again when I was first hanging out with Eben. I scared Eben when he was not in the same car as I was in. And he was in front of me. There's a lot of maybe when he's here the next time we have the podcast, we'll talk about more of these stories. But like,
please.
So when I first started hanging out with Evan, the first time we really hung out for a long time, it was during the Mustang Roundup in Steamboat. So at the time I had John's Mitsubishi Mirage, and I was working in Cheyenne.
2009.
Yeah, 2009. I was working in Cheyenne, and I saw Evan before, whatever. He's like, hey, why don't you come hang out with us? Come out with my pals or whatever. Let's do this thing. And I was like, all right. So I packed some clothes up, went to work, drove from Cheyenne, went to fucking Steamboat from Cheyenne, and we went there, Mustang Roundup. We had a ball of a time. We had a super good time. So, is it Tyson? Yeah, Tyson. We had a what?
So do you do glasses?
No. I do actually, but we had a ball of a time. Had a good time. There's a lot of stories in there. Again, I like to have Evan around for the stories because May's story is so funny. There's a lot of funny stories from that weekend. But on the way back, we're just going to all the way 14, all the way to Brisk Canyon, and then we come back in Brisk Canyon wise. So he's got his Mustang. I'm in a 1995 Mitsubishi Mirage, and we're just in a train of Mustangs, so we're passing people and doing the thing. Well, we went from Steamboat to Walden, which is, I think it's 60 miles. Yeah, so it's 62 miles from Steamboat to Walden. And speed limiter wise, you should make it about a little over an hour. Well, we made it in about 33 minutes. So we're just having that's an easy stretch, just having a good time, doing way faster than we should. Well, we get into the canyon a little bit more, towards the Mish, and we get in a little more traffic. So we have to slow down, pass some cars, and
No.
I have not. I'm not a TV person. But so we get in traffic, so we're passing cars, but I'm in a much slower car than people we're traveling with. And he's in his Mustang, I'm in a fucking 100 horsepower fucking Mirage. So I'm spooling it up, getting past cars or whatever. Well, we get enough traffic that it's pretty boring. Everybody's going real slow. So I'm stomping brakes, speeding up, twisting it sideways, getting my little drift on, just having like fun in this cheap car.
Hour and 5.
So we're almost to there's that 100-degree corner. It's a little bit more than 90, like right before you get to Risk Canyon and Mish.
Mm-hmm.
So I backed way off to the point where the truck behind me, and I don't know why I remember, it was like a 2000 GMC pickup, honking his horn, it's blue. I remember the whole thing for some fucking reason. Honking his horn. So I know, so I'm like, okay. So I get going, I get up to about 95, 100 miles an hour, and I park the parking brake, get it sideways, and just let all 4 tires fucking roast. Like the smoke rolling. Because the back tires are locked up, front tires are roasting around that 100 mile an hour or that 100-degree corner. It's just, and then we stop. Like Evan pulls off on Risk Canyon. I'm following him, so I pull off. And we pull off, and the first thing Evan goes, I don't know how this is possible, but you scared me behind me. Because Evan's been a car guy his entire life or whatever. He's like, I've never seen anybody do what you just did. And
God, I wish I was in the car.
yeah, so it was one of those and then we rode down Risk Canyon, so I'm doing the same shit down that. But that was one of the first real weekends I hung out with Eben.
And he's like, oh, this dick can get through with me.
Yeah, he learned, and again, there's so many funny stories from that weekend that when he's here in a couple weeks or when he gets here, we'll talk about it and we'll put a little bit more in there because it's fucking May. There's so many good stories from that.
I can't wait. I'm like, oh, what do I have to bake? What should I bring?
But yeah, it's definitely something Evan should be here for because when we get both of us talking about it, it makes it that much better.
Yes, I love that.
The fucking 7 people in a fucking
Dick and fucker.
The beginning of the fucking Dick and fucker saga.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I don't know what that means.
What?
Dick and Evan.
No.
Yeah, he knows that one.
Oh,
So he just asked me to
that-
watch Dexter.
It's not that
I don't
we're
know
not
this person.
Dexter fans. It's that we haven't started. Are you referencing the first round of or the most recent season that's about to start or something?
Wait, what?
No, Dexter's been over for a long time.
No, but there's a new season that's coming.
That's weird.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't watch any of that shit because I don't watch TV a whole
Did
lot.
I swear I saw an ad for a new season of Dexter coming for season 8 or whatever.
I canceled my Netflix because nobody had been using it except for Seth for months and I didn't even know. Oh, is there?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't watch TV and shit.
Oh, season 9. Sorry. I watched the first few seasons of Dexter,
Same.
but I haven't.
I never finished it.
I haven't. It's something that I thought about for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think I should have. Yeah, this new season coming out. I'm like, maybe I should
I
catch
have a
up.
really bad habit of making it to the last.
Yeah. I was the U was a misplace on the keyboard.
I haven't watching shows to the last season and maybe partway through and then never finishing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just don't watch TV at all.
Yeah.
It's not my jam. Again,
If I'm watching it, it's stand-up comedy.
A special bond was made between 2 friends.
Are you talking about Brokeback Mountain?
kinda.
Evan, that's a different story. They made movies on
It was impressive.
There's some stories I haven't heard yet.
it. Was there a GoPro?
You've definitely heard all the stories. But yeah, they're so fucking silly, and there's so many silly parts of that. When the best looking dude in the fucking group wants to go hang out, instead of the girls that we were hanging out with, he wants to go hang out with a bunch of not so good looking girls, and we're I don't know what's wrong with you, but there's something wrong with you.
Really?
But it made a very fun night. Honestly, if we would have hung out with the other girls, they were pretty fun too, but not as fun as the other girls. To be perfectly honest.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
There's some girls that have this I'm a pretty girl stigma, and they make everything shitty.
Yeah, they weren't those
It's
people.
not fun.
It wasn't that, but when we get into the stories, you'll understand.
Okay.
It's It's
The
fucking fun.
cliffhanger.
Yeah. We're going to keep you hanging for like, until Evan actually
Another
comes in.
week.
It may be in a couple weeks. I don't know. It may also be in fucking 2 months.
Evan, don't you dare not come back in a couple weeks.
I mean, I hope so. I don't want this dude sitting in my fucking like driveway for like 2 years.
I don't know what you're saying. There's no precedent for that at all.
Oh yeah, I'll be back in like a couple weeks. 4 months later.
Right, the 28th. He'll be here.
I was showing my coworkers the big ass connecting rod he gave me.
That needs to go under your mantle when you have a nice fireplace.
Nice.
Because he works on these like huge.
Farm machines?
They're generator
Yeah.
engines.
Oh.
So for like city like power generation,
Right.
like that. So like
Like backup.
they're like 20 cylinders of this.
Okay.
It weighs like 35 pounds.
That's rad. Tyson, coming in thick here.
There are too many cans.
Here-
It's not my beer.
What?
Put my beer. Eeny, meeny, miny, this one.
Man, we've been going for 3.5 hours and it has not felt like it at all.
No.
Yeah, 'cause we've been, I don't know, like, I know, like, you have been, like, a little quiet this side because, like, there's been, like, a lot of stories and shit going on, but hopefully you're enjoying it.
Sure.
We got a little bit of time to enjoy things right now, but...
Yeah.
Your responses sound like you should be stoned.
Yeah.
I think he's
Yeah.
just there.
Yeah,
Just chill.
I get it.
Just chilling, yeah. Again, 3.5 hours. Just having a ball. My face hurts from laughing for sure.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. My face, when I go home, my cheeks don't hurt. I'm like, okay, something didn't go right. Something's wrong here. So far, that hasn't happened. Get my exercise in.
Well, I'm glad we apologize because I've asked him a couple times like the last like few weeks or whatever.
So glad you showed up.
Yeah, when I told her you were coming, she was like, "Oh, really? I haven't seen you forever."
I know. I was like, what? When was the last time I saw you? And I think the last time I saw you was when you worked at the cigar shop.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you randomly popped in and said,
Yep.
hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I just showed up. I was like, hello. Hi. Yes.
But that's been
Exactly that. Oh, dude.
Yes. Exactly. Hello. Hi. It's me. I'm here. Hello.
many, many years is the thing for sure.
Yeah. It like before. No fuck. Gosh, it's been like 5 or 6. I'm sorry.
That's pretty wild.
I'm sorry. Kid stories? Oh my gosh. I'm a preschool teacher. I've got all the kid stories. I've got, okay. My first classroom, I had a little towhead boy and a little brunette boy.
What is a towhead?
A towhead is blonde as hell. So blonde, like white. White.
Super
Towhead.
fucking blonde.
Towhead.
I've never heard that ever.
Well, that ain't a southern
Heard the
thing.
term, I just didn't know what it meant.
Yeah,
And I still don't understand.
blonde as shit. Like you're almost like you're a doll. You're porcelain. Like you so
Why
blonde.
is that a towhead?
All right, I don't know.
It doesn't make
Because
sense.
your toes don't see light, maybe? I don't know. I don't know shit. But I know towhead is a blonde thing. And, okay, so
Alright, I had to look this up.
these. Okay,
Yeah, like,
explain it.
Get some
Get the
etymology
real
on
term,
this. Yeah.
because I'm making it up. But
I've never heard this, but
okay, so my brunette and my blondie, those two at nap time, those two were also the honoriest kids. The brunette, mind you, these are 3-year-olds.
You've
The
gotten
brunette,
so southern, by the way.
I know, I'm sorry.
no, it's fine.
I'm not sorry. Okay.
It's just fun.
So the brunette, one time he got so mad at me, he tried to throw a chair. So he's 3 years old, and like I told him like, buddy, you just gotta take a little break. And he got so mad, he like grabbed a chair and tried to chuck it at me. And I'm like, I just put my hand up. I was like, buddy, and then he put the chair back down. I don't know where a 3-year-old gets that kind of anger to toss a chair, but this one tried. These
Yeah,
two were
guys.
also the ones who broke 4 toilets in a 2-week period. Because when it was
Shit,
cleanup
kids.
time, they thought flushing toys down the toilet would suffice.
It does the job.
It does the job. They're gone. It's gone. Okay, so these two at nap time, they take a nap. When they wake up, we'd go have a snack, and we go outside, and their socks would be on their feet, and then they'd put their shirts over their head, and they'd run around like this with their socks on their hands, and it was just Beavis and Butthead like all day long, and they were just causing trouble all over the playground, like pushing girls over and like throwing snow and kicking rocks, and everybody just running around with socks on their hands and their heads in their shirts. I had a Beavis and Butthead. I had a Beavis and Butthead.
So, because this is a U.S. phrase, and the reference is to tow, T-O-W, not T-O-E, which is a light-colored fiber of flax, hemp, or jute.
Okay.
Huh. So this is a fairly old term, I'm guessing.
So old.
Yeah, I would say like 1850 is what it says here.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to do with life. Okay, that makes a little sense.
It makes perfect sense. It just doesn't make sense that it survived. To an age where nobody knows what toe is.
Again, I have no clue. And I know a bunch of random bullshit. So,
Same.
Oh my gosh, on my coffee table, I got this little book that's called, I think it's called Butter My Butt and Call Me a Biscuit. But it's a bunch of Southern phrases.
I do use that term.
have a good night, Tyson.
Bye, Ty.
Heavy Smear just joined the channel.
What up?
What up, Smear?
So
Yeah,
how heavy
Trovo's
is
a
the
weird
smear?
place.
Huh?
Trovo's a weird place.
Sure. I don't know what that is.
It's so 10 cents like streaming platform. So like the people that own like a good portion of Activision and Riot Games and Epic, all that Chinese company, yeah, that's who started Trovo, and they started like right as Mixer went away. That's what we had all our following on before was Mixer.
Rip.
Why did it go away? When did
I'm pretty sure Facebook came to Microsoft with a pile of cash and was like,
Go away.
send them our way, kind of scenario.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's when Facebook gaming like really like hit off. That's when they like pushed it all.
Well, now even on the phone app, there's like a gaming button on the bottom now. Oh, cool.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that is. Did you just call me weird by association? Yes, I did. But
Not by association.
we're also weird, so we're also here.
Well, and your
Perfectly
name is
normal,
Heavy
everybody.
Smear. Like, I feel like it should be Schmear.
Only if you're Wingate. Do you remember the Schmen? What was in your Schmen?
I love me some Wingate for sure.
God, I can't believe you haven't brought back your pants yet.
You stole my fucking chrome leggings.
What?
Wingate stole his chrome leggings.
Why do you have chrome leggings?
I thought so.
'cause
Yeah,
they're
he has
funny.
watched this before. I thought that name sounded familiar.
Yeah, you have been here before. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Smear.
So I have chrome leggings because
Good
they're
call.
kind of funny. But kind of they are funny. Two, they're chrome, which I hate chrome.
Yeah.
But they're chrome leggings.
They're not as cool on Wingate.
They're very loose on Wingate, whereas like they're like proper leggings on me. 'Cause
And
my-
that's where, like, if they're not like skin tight, the chrome effect doesn't really kick in. They just look silver.
yeah.
Y'all were drunk on a porch.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Which
we're
day?
drinking not on the porch right
It's
now.
indoor.
Yeah, there's kind of a lot of
What
smoke
part of this
outside.
looks like a porch other than my accent?
It's one of those underground. One of them underground porches.
Underground. It's a newfangled thing.
It's a Colorado thing you won't understand.
You're gonna make it PG? Don't make it PG. That's not what this is about. I think I have it set to PG-13 at minimum. So let me put some coals on.
Okay.
Take my contacts out.
Take your contacts out.
I should have.
Oh, you should have.
Should have been
this stream because it's been many hours. 3.5 hours at this point.
It's been many a minute.
Boys and girl.
No dramatic Sopranos finale exit this time?
Nah. Nah. I think we're just going to finish it up.
That was pretty funny.
Okay.
My phone case is broken.
What'd you do that for?
I don't know. Couldn't
Like a
tell
good
you.
idea at the time.
But that way we can talk about dumb bullshit and then
That's what we've been doing.
we have been doing that. I agree.
With more details.
But just more details, people's names. We can actually discuss the
Per question away.
yeah. He's all. There's an amazing story between being the name. Wait, hey.
Below the name and around it.
Oh, the heavy schmear. All right. What's your amazing story before we clown out of here?
Yeah. Now you gotta spill it, Schmear.
Schmear. Let's do a schmear. I just think this is gonna sound really dumb, but also kind of in this realm. When I think of like a heavy schmear, I think of like a heavy pap schmear.
We're not on the same page at all.
Yeah, not at all.
I don't know how you can make that any heavier. A little more thrust, I guess. It's pretty heavy.
Because it's not something that should be ever.
They don't tell you to just like, okay, and take a deep breath for no reason.
But it should never be like a heavy pap schmear.
Oh,
It should never, ever. But I'm sure there has been.
I'm sure there's some people who are a little thicker. Need a little more schmearing.
Oh god, ready to
A
go.
little thicker. Like I had like a weird spit scenario and it worked out perfectly in that way. I'm like,
Peanut butter smear.
all right, give me your heavy schmear story. But that's what I thought of. I'm glad I was not
Smear it
the
on
only
me.
person out of all of us. We're kind of on that realm right now. I don't know how you were thinking about it.
Thinking
But.
bagels.
So we were on pap schmear.
And he's going Einstein.
He's going proper.
A
He's
nice smear of cream cheese with some lox and a bagel.
It's a heavy smear. It just smeared all over that bagel.
I want everything spelled with a heavy smear.
Put that schmear on.
A heavy
Dude,
smear of that cream cheese.
Next time I order a bagel like that, I'm fucking saying that.
Excuse me. Can I have a bagel with some heavy schmear, please?
Like Gibbs bagels.
Can I have some
I want
schmear
some
on
heavy
that?
smear.
Make it real heavy.
Heavy
Okay,
smear.
absolutely.
Okay,
All right.
so say one day you meet a fine person. So after you finish and start to pull out, take your load and scream heavy smear as I smear across that person's forehead.
Mine is not the consistency of schmear.
Yeah, you might need to drink some
You
water.
have a consistency of
You are
schmear.
dehydrated as fuck.
You need to go talk to Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, you need some water, bud.
You need some schmear.
They don't like when they have to chew it. It's weird.
Too gummy is a problem.
It's not gum.
Like, I shouldn't be like, after. That shouldn't be it. I should not have to do that. Too much? Too much?
So Evan can't see this one at all because this
Oh
smeared on me. Oh. I'm gonna take a fucking screenshot of this so you can like experience what this is. Oh my god.
Gosh, I feel there's like an 80s love ballad for this. There's gotta be.
Smear it out.
Yeah.
There I just sent him a screenshot.
Smear some jism on me.
Come on, fire me up. I'm hot. To my forehead. To my fucking chin, you asshole.
Berry Queen. Oh my god. This is
Oh boy.
gross.
You got a heavy diet of bear or something? What's your problem?
Oh my god, that's so ridiculous. I retract my previous statement. I fucking hope so, son. I fucking hope so. Oh my god. Oh, it's so good. I'm glad that they're not even like combined on that one. Oh.
It worked out well.
Oh, my head hurts from laughing too hard right there. That
I
was
just like the below the name and around it. Like, huh. What circumference are you talking about?
oh, my head hurts from like laughing right there. I'm sorry.
My throat does.
I'm trying to like, well, it's like kind of in the same realm.
I know. That's why I kind of said it.
My head hurts super bad right now.
So does my throat. That's what Dick said.
I think goes, no. Okay, I think I need to end it there before I die. Just from laughing too hard right now.
Oh man. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Remember, well, like we're gonna forget Mercy.
Remember heavy
We'll see you
smear.
next time.
Cheers.
Schmear. Schmeary.
Come back soon, Schmear.
Alright, have a good night. Talk to y'all soon for some reason.